What's up? No, you can send that to me, dude. I would have remembered.
I will send it to you so you can inspect on that.
All right. Yes. So when last we left, the roses are red. Well, this is the 62nd session of the Roses Are Red campaign. Last we left the roses, they had spent the night, first night in the dungeon, the ruins of Yalagair, and refreshed themselves, prepared for a new day of dungeoneering, and returned to a doorway they had already passed in this residential district of the city, in preparation for attempting to move hopefully towards the center, towards the dragon that they're attempting to hunt in this expansive lair. Bort had just examined the door, found it to be locked and trapped, and the party now decides how they wish to proceed.
Inspect it further, or?
Yanni, this door is trapped. It's also fucking locked. Can you look at it? See if you can see the nature of the trap.
That's not part of the stable device or whatever?
That is perception.
Oh. It was engineering.
Engineering is like when he can see the mechanism of it, he can understand how it works, maybe just copy it or take notes or find a weak spot.
They might at least be able to see like the holes like the other one or something like that. That way we would know.
Well, that's still a perception.
Still
check.
perception.
Yeah.
Oh, so I need to do a perception and then an engineering. That's what you're saying.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, let me roll that. 2 on the dice. So 21.
Did you add 10 because you drank my sweet, sweet booze?
Oh, I did not. So that's a 31.
Add 5, sorry, 26.
Okay, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah, my bad, dude. I keep thinking
So you go up and you look at the door, and you're like, what trap?
Cool.
You see a door.
Well, you do a perception.
Okay. Bort, it's like, all right. Thanks, Yanni. I'm gonna have to perceive the trap. We'll do perception checks.
Plus 5.
35.
You can tell that there's mechanisms attached to the door that when it's opened, it will trigger a trap. Well, you assume it's a trap. It's going to trigger something that's not just a door opening.
Okay.
Like you can see like cantilevers and stuff attached to the hinges and whatnot, and it's like that's something else.
Okay.
But you're not like with the last one. You can see the holes or whatever.
Bingo.
This is you're looking around, and it's sort of a recessed area of the wall that separates the districts of the city. So it's maybe here. It's maybe like 10, 15 feet across. It's like a 20-foot high ceiling. Door is very large, and you know the recess is maybe 5 to 10 feet in, and you're kind of like looking around the arch and everything, and you're just like, you don't know what this is going to do. If the floor is going to drop out, if acid's going to fall from the ceiling.
Yeah.
You're just not spotting the actual trap.
It appears that the cantilevers and the trapping parts are connected to the hinges, and upon opening, that will trigger. Do I divine that? Is that a...
Yeah, you can tell that there is opening this door will trigger something.
I would like to.
Maybe it's streamers and confetti.
Could do. It's a festive.
Nice welcoming.
Well, and that would be kind of a death trap as well. It's going to attract something
Look
else.
at you.
It's just whistles. Just whistles go off when the door opens.
Yeah.
I would like to attempt to pick the lock without opening the door. Just a straight lock pick. No pushy. That is good.
Are we go through the door or through the wall? Nope.
I can't stone check enough material to get
Everybody
a passageway that big.
Dakuda, could you teleport us onto the other side of this doorway?
I think I got this.
Yeah, I think let's go for it.
That's a natural 20.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool. That
Good
happens.
start.
That's, is it plus a disabled device? Okay. So 52 for the disabled device to pick the lock without opening the door.
So Bort goes in. I'm going to say this from everybody else's perspective.
Uh-oh.
He goes in there, and you hear clicking, and just the fine motor noises of tools and a lock. And
He explodes.
Bort gives like a couple of like sort of like just these weird noises that somebody might make when they're involved in a project and figuring it out. And you just hear more of this clicking, click, 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 until you finally hear chunk. And Bort turns around and he's got the entire locking mechanism in his hand that he's removed from the door.
I'm the lock-picking lawyer.
Got it?
That's great. Okay, it's good. The whole lock is out.
Mhm.
There's
There's a hole in the door now about this big.
Awesome. What's on the other side? Well, guess who's gonna find out? Fucking Todd. I take a step back from the door and I say, Todd, come on over here, buddy. I got you something.
I feel like you want someone with better perception than Morton, though.
Assuming this man's name is not Todd.
It's Drog.
Trog. Okay.
Scott.
Okay. He comes over and looks at you.
I hand him the lock that I just removed from the door, the whole assemblage. And I say, Todd, I got you this as a token of my esteem and affection for you. What I'd like you to do now is,
What is it?
it's a present. It shall be a treasure of your household from here on out. Know that it was given to you by your chieftain for it as regards for your position in the tribe.
It's a charisma.
You are now my Todd.
Yeah, but what is it?
It's a trophy.
Kind of like
It's more of a symbol than
he's like shaking it over his head, and screws and springs are falling out of it.
exactly. Think of it as an element of decolletage for the glory that you've achieved as a member of the tribe. Now what I'd like you to do, Todd, is open that door and walk on through and find out what's on the other side.
While they're talking, Largo just goes up and kind of looks through the hole
Okay.
that the
This is
boy
like a
made.
long discussion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
10 on my perception check.
You see about 30 feet of, a similar sort of recess on the other side, and then open stone floor. That's it.
All right.
It's inside a building then?
I mean,
Oh.
look, you guys are all pretty much constantly limited to about 30 feet of visual range. So Largo sees out about 30 feet and his vision stops. It looks like there's a recess and then like a stone, ground or whatever that goes out, but he doesn't see any walls. He doesn't see any ceiling.
Stone ground. Very attractive.
Is
Oh.
there any way we could? How big is the hole?
Paving stones that you're standing on now. Sorry?
How big is the hole in the door now?
About 6 inches.
Okay. I was just wondering if we could get like a piece of glass, like a mirror or something, to like look against the wall. If we had any sort of little hand trinkets to
Well, there's a
see a
recess.
reflection.
There's a recess that the door is sitting in. So it looks like the wall that separates these two districts is maybe like 15, 20 feet thick.
Yanni, I appreciate your forcefulness, but my main man Todd's got this.
Okay, I back away from the door. Yeah.
Margo, come on back.
All right, yep.
Todd, time to shine, bud. This is all you, pal. This is why you're here. You got this. You're my guy. You're my Todd. Get on in there. Open that door. Go on through.
All right.
I get in front of Largo and kind of keep pushing him back away from this, just to be in between whatever.
That's probably eating children.
Oh, okay. Todd was probably like 17.
All right. So Todd looks at you, kind of carrying the lock in his hand, kind of cradling it. And he just walks up and shoves the door open and walks through.
Mm-hmm.
All the rest of you give me a reflex saves.
Oh,
Ooh. All right. 17.
21.
16.
I have better reflexes than Yanni.
Rolled a big 4.
I had to roll lights out.
43 for the board.
You didn't even put it through the tower.
Or enters orbit.
Okay.
It's got 9.
You could have just kicked the door out now.
I guess it sounds like the good idea is to follow Todd.
Oh.
It's almost like he's been here before.
I don't know about that.
I'm sorry. It was not a reflex save. This was an attack roll. So, so you got a 43. Mirok, what'd you get?
I got a 21.
21. Largo?
I got for reflex. I got a 17.
Yakuda?
9.
9. Okay.
I was about to say that I'm flying up and to the side, but
Now the shot's too fast.
That Todd's the real ghost. Fast. He's showing glasses. He's pushing doors open.
I feel like he's been through here or something. You know, to be found him in here.
Maybe he
Lost
likes
some
something.
things. Yeah, maybe he knows some things.
So, the door flings open.
mm-hmm.
Todd walks through, and the rest of you see 3 doors that were brick faces flip down, and this blinding flash of metal comes shooting out.
That's what I find.
And it's going to hit Ravenger,
Oh no.
Otis,
Oh no.
and Dakuta.
The dog. I died.
Well, no, these 4 whirling, sorry, these 3 whirling blades come shooting out of like trap doors in the wall and just fly out into the courtyard towards you guys, and hits Dakuta, Otis, and Ravenger. What's your armor class, actually?
24.
Okay, actually, it misses you.
That's right.
And it misses Ravenger. It only hits Otis.
No.
remember
Otis. Odie. It's coming true.
Otis takes 14 points of damage.
And these like sailing, spinning blades just like fly off into the fog behind you guys.
Holy fuck!
Give me a perception check.
33.
20.
6.
33.
Dang.
+5 on everything right now, right?
Oh yeah,
5.
11.
Oh, 38.
41. Sorry, I had to do math.
Fucking good.
All right. Anyone over a 30 hears.
Watch out! Watch out, everybody duck!
As a return.
Oh dear.
And everyone let's give me another round of reflex saves.
Do I get can I add something to mine? Because I noticed that it was coming back. Or do I just hear the sound and don't connect it?
I will say that the thing is the reflex saves are me picking the 3 lowest reflex saves for the people who are going to get attacked.
Right.
And then it's an attack.
Okay.
Well, I got an 8.
27.
+5 on
Oh,
save?
+5?
No.
No. Okay.
Perception and intelligence.
Wisdom intelligence. Okay. So
15.
15. Okay.
18.
So who had 18? Yanni 18. And Virgo
We got an 8.
8. So I think, yeah, all of the people who are not here rolled very well. So I think 18 is the 3rd lowest. So Largo, Yanni, and Kuda, the blades come sailing back towards you guys. Largo, this will hit a 23.
It'll hit me.
Okay. Dakota will hit a 19, so I think you're in the clear. And Yanni will hit a 28.
I'm good.
Nice.
What's your armor class?
It's 26, but then I got the mage armor. So that's what, +4, so 30.
Okay, so it's just Largo then.
Oh. That Mark sting you too?
Oh, yes. Was that 32 then?
Nice.
So Largo, you get nicked for 3 points of damage as these blades slice through several of you and slide right back into the slots that they came out of. And then you guys hear on the other side of the door, and kung, kung, kung.
Oh.
And then in Orcish, there's a bunch of fucking assholes over here. There's like 2 humans, 2 dwarves, a gnome, a half-orc. Come fucking kill them. I'm tired of them. And this voice gets quieter and quieter as you hear.
Oh, Chad. Buddy. After I gave you the lodge and everything?
I was excited. I was like, oh, there's other people in here. I was like, wait, that's up. Alright. So we're not in combat, are we? Okay.
Not yet.
Then, if we're not in combat, then I absorb 17 points of damage. Otis and Largo collectively.
Ah, that means I am not hurt.
No, you're not. It was all a dream.
This is wonderful.
Yeah. Apparently orcs have a breaking point.
That
I
makes
got
sense. It sounds like you were very disrespectful.
I was not kind to God. I was, in fact, unkind.
You gotta break the guy down before you mold him into a paladin, though.
Well, here's the thing, Todd. How fast is Todd moving?
He's behind the door. Didn't
Yeah, he's
shut
on
it?
the other side of the door. Door's wide open.
Oh, it's open.
At this point, like, you know, like you guys took a second of like, oh shit. And he just walked out into the fog and then started yelling and running.
Go get him.
Mort would like to
Todd's
vanish.
also been telling us to be quiet the whole time.
Mort would like to vanish.
right? So like, is there a chance someone's just gonna eat Todd? He's
Yeah.
just running and yelling through the city.
He's a dick.
He sounds like he's talking to somebody specific.
Bort would like to vanish.
Go
And
get him, Bort.
take off after Todd.
Okay.
Invisibly.
Okay.
Moving
Murder
at board speed.
Please catch him.
Make the joke to board speed.
Okay.
And take off after Todd.
Yeah, how effects?
Punch it, Chewie.
Okay. So you punch it through, take off through the door to the other side. You run out and you. I mean, you can move double speed, but I mean, even you might be cautious about doing a full out run because you can only see about 30 feet in front of you. But yeah, at a full double move, you move 80 feet into this next area, and you're a little concerned because after you move that, like maybe 15 feet to the door, another 10 feet past the door, and then like 55 feet out. There's nothing in here. It's just the stone floor, and you haven't seen any buildings, you haven't seen any walls. And now you turn around and you just see 30 feet in all directions. It's just a stone floor. And give me an intelligence check. Actually, wisdom.
Okay. It's a big 9 for Bort.
Go get him, bud.
So like you get out that way and you kind of like take stock, and you don't know which way you came from and which way you're going.
It's all right. I'm gonna keep going forward.
Bort would know about the Trail of the Rose though, which is making a scent. So like, I don't know how that works with checking, like if he gets lost. I just know that wherever we go, we're leaving a very strong odor. That's
I don't remember that.
the first time I've ever used it. So
Second.
I believe it's the second one spell.
Then it's the second time you use it.
Well, second.
Well, I mean, you've used it twice in here, but you tried using it in Purgatory too, I believe.
I'm also lost when I do cure moderate wounds on myself, slowly and carefully, until I get back to full.
Okay, so the spell creates a illusory trail in the form of a misty invisible scent. Misty and visible scent coming from the rose you used as a spell's material component.
Okay.
So
You're holding it.
you're holding it,
Yeah.
and it's trailing behind you.
Well,
Go get him.
keep your nose
Bort's pursuing, to the best of my ability, pursuing straight after time.
Okay, so
And you still hear his footsteps. Perception.
Perhaps I do.
yeah, give me a perception.
Perception.
29.
Come on, Bort. Fucking end that dude.
Well,
End him.
here's the thing, Todd.
on?
Oh yeah, add a 5. 34.
End him.
Gotta add those 5s, dude.
I like how you pivoted and you're like, we could be nicer to Tom.
This is not Largo.
Yeah.
This is before Todd.
All right, so yeah, you can hear the sound of an orc breathing heavily, that way.
I pursue the heavy breathing.
All right, Todd.
Here's the thing, Todd. I took you into my tribe.
Make him beg.
I made you a special present.
Make him cry like a woman.
No, here's
No
the thing.
particular woman.
No.
Make him hold
That's
out
not
hope that someone or other might come. Then fucking kill him.
Margot's.
No, this is
Okay.
Steve Albini.
Okay. That's good.
So yeah,
Okay.
you go in the direction of this heavy breathing, and you see, as you close in on it, you see Trog like leaning against the wall, his hands on his knees, breathing heavy, and just like kind of shaking his head and trying to compose himself.
I would like to silently, coldly, dispassionately, and with no fanfare, murder Trog.
So I guess give me an attack.
Do I want to murder Todd?
Yeah, dude.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, fucking murder.
You betray this. My guy.
Fucking murder him, bro.
He's my best orc.
My second best orc guy. He
Just,
was gonna be a paladin of Threlanax.
just fucking kill him.
Yeah, it's like I've got one guy on my shoulder telling me to kill him, and another guy on my shoulder telling me to like really kill him. I think I'm gonna kill him. Okay, check it. So this is the sneak attack. I'm invisible. Yeah, I just feel bad for Todd.
This is Ross
You
talking.
must have felt really bad for Todd when you sent him through the trapdoor.
Yeah, man, it's true.
It just had so much props.
Okay. All right.
I don't care if it hurts.
Yes, I do. I want it to.
Yeah.
Yeah, love this.
All right. Sorry.
You're not gonna do it? Are you gonna drag him back kicking and screaming? That's the more cruel thing to do.
What I want to do is like Todd is like against the wall, like like, breathing heavily with his hands and his knees, and I kind of just like to like appear next to him, put my arm around him, and say, "Hey, buddy, I know it's like a big responsibility, what with the gift and all, but don't worry. I think you're really up to the occasion. You're gonna be the like best Todd you can be. Just stick with me, and you're gonna go really far."
Now help me find my way back.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Todd. I don't think I want to murder Todd, you guys. I think I was rushing into this.
Oh, you were angry, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, over the pause.
but I found him.
All right.
It's my boy.
So yeah, Bort is having a give me a will save.
Natural one.
Okay.
You're gonna kill him.
Okay.
So you guys, the rest of you guys see Bort run off into the.
Nobody sees shit. Invisible as fuck.
Okay, you see Bort vanish,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Nothing.
nothing. But yeah, the rest of you just both of your orcish companions have disappeared.
I think I know where he's going.
Pour myself a glass of beverage and I left them.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say, I think I know where Bort just went.
Through that door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's going after somebody, I think. I think I even know who.
Yanni just has his hands in his head and he's just fucking rubbing, just about to have a breakdown. And he looks at Largo and he just says, "Wixen, damn it all. Is it always like this with you people?"
Pretty much.
Meanwhile, over in Bort and Trogland,
Mm-hmm.
Bort, do I really want to kill him? I kind of really want to kill him. I really don't want to kill him. And then, as Bort is lost in this, moral quandary, you're snapped out of it by Trog going, "Oh, fuck!" As you vanish ends, and he can see you.
He says, "Oh fuck." I wave at Todd. I say, "Hi, Todd. Come here often."
He charges you with a scimitar.
I
Kill him, right?
Yeah, roll for initiative.
Oh wait, 12. Sorry. 16.
Okay. So he comes charging at you with he pulls out his sword, charges at you. What do you do?
Stab him through the fucking body. stab the fuck out of him.
Standard middle class stab.
All right.
Put a fucking blade right through his shoulder.
Okay. So I guess start with. Well, you've got two options here. You can move to him,
Mm-hmm.
and interrupt his charge towards you, or you can wait for him to get to you. Either way, you're going to get 2 attacks before he swings at you.
That's exciting. I'm going to wait for him to get to me. Continuing to wave and smile with one hand. Well,
there is a third option. You can wait until he finishes his turn and then take all 5 of your attacks, or 4 of your attacks. 4 of your attacks.
It's 5. I am going to attack first.
Okay. So you're
And-
going to rush him, and
I'm gonna stand there.
you're going to stand there.
While I,
So
hold
he gets-
the rapier like Elmer Fudd holding a fucking net behind him and get ready to kind of like.
So he charges up towards you, and just as he's about to come down with his scimitar, you interrupt.
28 to hit.
That'll hit.
And I guess with the dagger,
Go searching for time.
19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. A rapier is 2d6 plus.
Get him, see that?
It's not a sneak attack.
No.
Gonna hit for 16 points with the rapier, and 12 points with the dagger.
Todd is evil.
Oh, 1d6 plus 9 with the rapier?
Yeah.
I was evil.
Trog is evil, I'm sorry.
14 points with the rapier.
So 14 and 12.
12, yeah.
Since he is still standing, he attempts to slash at you. Scimitar.
Yes, he does. I say, Todd, you sure you want to do that? Roll a power board.
He swings and misses, I believe, with a 15 to hit.
It's not right. Take a step around him, do the dance. Very calmly say, Todd, thought we had a good thing going here, bud. Can I attack him again?
He says, wasn't a good thing, barf.
Todd, here's the deal, pal. Don't like that disrespectful tone. Gonna have to put some knives in you now. Don't want to do it. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. And I guess, do I get 5 attacks then?
In a minute, you can fucking bring stuff to life.
25 to hit?
You kill him this round.
Okay.
I don't see any way that this is not going to happen. With you attacking 5 times, go for it. You go.
21 to hit. 23 to hit. Natural 1. And 26 to hit.
Yeah. So 4 hits.
Mhm.
Minimum amount of damage you can do is going to not just drop him, but kill him.
Yeah.
Evisceration.
Can I bring him to the brink of death?
I mean, you can put him to unconscious, but you won't be able to. You don't have the sort of surgical know-how to bring him to 0 hit points.
Okay.
You just know how to do a lot of damage. You don't know how to do exactly the amount of damage.
Exactly. I'm gonna do a lot. I'm gonna do a lot of damage, and make him into a lightly dead corpse. And as I'm murdering him, I'm just gonna tell him that I'm really disappointed, and that this is going on his permanent record, and huge demerit, a black day for Klein Render.
You do not have enough time in your flurry of swings to get all this out.
That's exciting. And as he's laying there dying, I'm gonna continue finish saying that to his lifeless husk of a form.
Okay. All right. The rest of you give me perception checks.
I'm detecting magic before I go ahead. 34.
Southern boy.
Are the rest of you paying attention?
I rolled a 40 on that one.
No, it's not. We'll take all else. Perception check.
Sorry. We were talking about how Glenn would, after finishing the boiled peanuts, then drink the boiled peanut juice out of the bags of the jar.
It's true.
Yeah. My perception check is very poor. It is a total of 14.
I got a 5. I got a 10.
There you go.
All right. So anyone above a 30 does hear the sounds of this fight out in the distance in the fog.
Sounds good.
That's not really surprising, really.
Oh, I didn't hear it. If someone mentions it, that's what I will say.
Sounds like Bort's giving him a stern talking to. And detect the magic. Where to go through the door.
Who actually heard it in our party?
And
Anyone above a 30?
Yeah. So after Dakota said that, Yanni would say no. He's made him a pin cushion.
So we're gonna go? That's what Mirak says.
Let's go through the door.
I take off through the door.
Let's move slowly. Let's take our time getting over there.
Okay.
I've been
Fair
floating there detecting
Yeah, I come
magic.
with you.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm picturing like Mirak's like ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Guys, let's take our time.
Okay, so you guys pass through to the doorway. You go into this sort of empty space where you get maybe 30 feet out, and you realize that there's just not any additional identifying features.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I don't know if you're all as reckless as to wander blindly into empty space as Bort is, or if you might
I
choose
said I
to
was
take a
floating.
different.
I was floating in front of the door detecting magic before
You don't detect any additional magic.
I would offer that while we don't want to run headlong and be like Bort did, we would probably think that's what Bort did, so we should probably go in the dumbest, most direct direction while we're in here.
Well, we could hear kind of which direction he was.
You can see this like faint sort of pinkish lavender trail behind you guys that smells of roses.
That's our signature. It's our calling card.
But
It's mental health. Yeah, I mean, I think we go straight ahead.
Yeah.
And
He was talking to somebody though. He expects somebody's in here.
or he's just yelling into the mist because he knows there's more orcs around.
Fucking Todd, dude.
I turn invisible. I'm cautious.
I'm gonna keep on keeping on.
I'll fly behind them and to the right, about 15 feet.
Dan, does Largo think that popping arcane sight in order to see Bort's magical weapons might help us ascertain his location before we actually see him? I think it's a
What?
60-foot range.
right,
Same as-
but this fog has proven to be surprisingly dense as far as like those detection spells.
Probably magically so.
Pretty much, Dakota, you've flown around looking with detect magic active, and your detect magic is not piercing the fog because the fog itself is detecting as a very low level of magic. So it's not until you have direct line of sight to the ground or something, and then surprisingly, like when you could see a pile of wood and garbage, you could still perceive the magic aura through a layer of that, but you were not able to perceive the magic aura through the fog.
Okay. I mean, I would offer as Mirak that gesture behind us of this little pink line I'm leaving on the ground. Might come back to bite us in the ass. We have some We can wander. We can look.
Yeah.
We know how to get back to where we've been.
Yeah.
Dumbest path forward.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's dumb path this thing.
Okay. So you all just wander directly out into the mist.
And maybe spread out into a line.
Like we're searching
Like
for a
a-
lost child.
Yeah, like a horizontal line. I think that's maybe not a terrible
I
idea.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Like 10.
Oh wait, should there be like some hand holding though? Like I don't want us to wander too far away from each other.
Okay, I'm down to look like a big
one
come over Red Rover.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Uh,
Alright.
can Bort see the wall? Todd was like taking a breather.
So here, kind of taking the area in, you see Todd was actually leaning against the corner of what appears to be a building.
Okay. I would like to use my dagger and cut Todd's femoral artery and drag his bleeding corpse behind me, leaving a trail of blood
Okay.
after me, and make my way slowly, dragging Todd's corpse to the structure, and then continue to walk in a forward direction, like a grisly little Goldilocks. Or wait, who is
Hansel and Gretel.
Hansel and Gretel. Like a grizzly Gretel.
All right. Cool. Doing that.
Got some taste.
Carrot with no
Reasonable.
The rest of you are moving across this empty space, and
Go smoke your carrots outside, old man.
we'll say Godric, down near one end, like blood.
Okay, cool. It's a group around the blood.
So like the line kind of comes together into a clump, and you see a smear of blood, a scimitar laying on the ground, and the blood trails off in a line towards a building. Now,
I think canonically, Uhtred would pick up the scimitar and keep it.
Sure.
He would take shit.
All right.
Taker.
I guess onward, and Largo tromps alongside the blood.
Can we, maybe pick up the pace now that we got a very clear path,
Sure.
right? Because any Bort would have triggered any trap that he's dragged this or this blood has come through.
so Bort, as you're walking along the side of this building, you can see that there are windows in the side of the building that are just empty stone holes.
Mhm.
And after you get a little ways, there's a doorway that there's no door in. So it's just an empty. You could muse that there was probably like a wooden door frame, and there probably were wooden door window frames and shutters and stuff on this stuff at some point in time in the past, but they're all gone. And as you're standing there holding on to Trog's ankle and kind of taking a look at, looking into this empty dark room, the rest of the party kind of catches up to you because you've been dragging. You've been going fairly slowly, dragging like 300 pounds of orc behind you.
You guys, Todd didn't make it. I know you were really starting to head it off, especially you, Godric. Hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Or, let's just put the body down.
Mirak, do you think you could like make a little,
Say some words.
like make a little, what do you call them? A little.
I walk over
Mini
and
mausoleum.
I walk over with a heel check.
No.
I'm gonna do a heel check, but I'm gonna do a heel check with my boot. I should kick him. Fuck yeah, that's really a heel check. It's a total of 37.
Okay.
Which way the heel check is a wisdom, so it's another 5, so 42.
So yeah, you kind of walk over, and Bort's been dragging him by the ankle. So the nearest thing to you is his head. You kick him in the head, and you can see like when it moves over, the femoral artery has been slashed, leaving this trail of blood behind, and your kick manages to open that cut even further. Just to make sure, like it was there was a little bit of a clotting going on. It was, you wanted to open that right
But
back.
like I determined like this guy is beyond anything. He's been,
Oh
yeah. I look at Bort and I'm like, I just pointed out like you did that.
Could you make like a little headstone or something? I don't
Oh.
know. It would only be appropriate. He's
Yeah.
a fallen member of the clan. Friend or
half a day.
I contort my face slightly.
he always liked you.
And
Not sure that's true.
circle back to me, but I'm gonna be doing some stone shaky shit.
Well, the rest of you are now here with Bort, and you've been walking alongside this building, and you passed maybe 5 or 6 of these window-sized holes, and now there's a doorway that leads into this fairly large building. It's maybe been about 40 feet since you've gotten from the corner of it to here. And some of you can probably see a little bit inside. It just seems to be empty for the most part.
I'd float behind the opening and detect.
There are
magic
like
inside still.
3 or 4 steps that go from the ground level up into it. So as you've been walking by the windows, you just like get a slanted view to the ceiling inside. But now you have a clearer view into the. So what did you say?
I'd go up, float to the door, or a little bit away from the door, and I guess 30 feet or whatever, I can detect magic into there.
Okay. You don't detect any magic. You got low light vision, right? So you see a couple of support columns holding up a stone roof, and otherwise there's just like some piles of decayed matter in there. Nothing is.
I'm invisible towards the door, and I just say, I don't see anything in there.
When did you cast invisibility?
Last round.
Well, let's what do you think? Want to go through this archway?
Do we know which direction is north? Can anybody tell?
Garog could.
Yeah,
He was our only guy.
he was our own guy. He's dead now.
Garog.
Tragedy. I beckon Godric over to Todd's corpse, and I say, Godric, I think it would only be appropriate if you would say some words for Todd. He admired you greatly, and he really hoped to one day become a paladin of Relinox, and I want that to be his legacy. Would you do me this favor?
Godric looks at you, and then he looks at Ravenger, and he looks at the corpse, and he goes, "Good riddance."
I put a hand on his shoulder. I say, "Thank you. You're a credit to your order and a true friend." How are we doing?
I come lumbering back in with a large stone weighing about 50 pounds. And if this works, I've cast comprehend language while you were doing that, and then stone shape, and I've written in like the Cyrillic Orcish, but like it's kind of not great because I'm working from Dwarven. I just like plunk it down in front of him, and it just said, "This orc was an effete coward. Trog." And I like leave it there.
Okay, yep. With one hand on Godric's shoulder, the other hand on his shoulder, and then we turn and say, "You guys really know how to make a chief feel special." It's all about me. And I bow my head. and shed one salty crocodile tear on the boulder that you've put on Todd's body.
I'm Dan. Can I roll to like how accurately I put it? Like, is there a chance I just drop it right on his head? Crush
Give
it.
me a strength check.
Great. Natural 20.
Okay.
I cannot disrespect bodies even when Aaron wants to.
I'm coming up to you, Bort, and I'm just like shaking my head and like casting prestidigitation to try to get some of the blood off your very, very, very finely worked garments.
I reach into the tatters of my ruined finery and pull out a kebab and say, "You loved kebabs," and I just take a bite. And here I was Todd.
Give me a constitution or fortitude save.
Fortitude save?
You've been traveling around with these kebabs for like a week.
That's true.
These are not fresh.
These are not fresh. And
Yeah, you get it.
Gonna have to hope there's something.
not a good kebab. Can I like catch it on the on my cry eating? Do I taste the pain?
You swallowed a chunk or two.
Okay.
The third one is like, oh, that's got a tang that that's not a good one.
Better pill.
Makes sense though, because you've been giving them to Todd.
Todd
Todd left.
I placed the remaining half of the kebab on Todd's memorial boulder of shame, and clear my throat, and gaze into the middle distance, and say to no one, "We're all just walking around out here." There's windows with no windows in them. It's the stone exterior of windows with the frames all rotted out, and I just kind of lean on that. The door with no door, and I kind of lean in the doorway and just do
Some
strike a
introspection.
dramatic pose while my stomach is just like crying.
I'm still fussing over your clothes.
Do a 16 survival to determine which way's north.
Oh, you need survival.
Can I help with that? Yanni would be doing absolutely anything to keep from being involved in this orc funeral.
All right. 1 second.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude. Smart.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Bort, what is your armor class?
25.
25.
Do I get any bonus from the? No.
Just wisdom intelligence.
Okay. So, as you are there, acting out this, actually, give me a performance check.
I think that some of these emotions.
It's just a charisma check, so.
You do have. Oh, that's my charisma. This is me, baby. Time to shine. It's a hard 11.
Hard.
It's a hard 11 with that charisma head down. This is just Bortus.
So, you guys are all witnessing Bort painfully, obviously try to play off this very emotional moment. And it's obviously not true. It's not genuine, but he's really trying.
It's like a
Really trying.
Working there.
And
Oh yeah.
as you are doing this, playing off this thing, you hear almost a smattering of twangs.
Oh, no. Good lord.
As you feel peppered by a number of stings, and Largo there on the other side of him, you sense that he's just been struck by something.
Yeah.
And then you hear like clink, clink, clink as 3 more crossbow bolts like hit the door jamb surrounding him.
Oh god.
Great.
Here we go.
Crossbowmen are naturally cowards.
It's true.
It's an unskilled position.
Brutal. Fuck these guys.
Exactly.
The blessing of fervor, is that still going on?
No, it's rounds. So like we do it at the start of the day, cast a bunch of spells that have a super long duration and runs out.
So you take from the 5 crossbow bolts that hit you, you take 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Well, as you like, react to like crossbow bolts about that long, just sticking into like from your knee up to your shoulder. Just so everyone roll for initiative.
Fucking kobolds.
As we roll for initiative, I would like to say maintaining my dramatic effect. I throw my hat on the ground.
You have a hat?
Oh, turban.
Turban.
I hastily pick it up.
And I look in the direction where the bolts have come from. And I just huffily say, well, I never. At a funeral? How do I like that? 18 initiative, 11 on the die. And then how do you like me?
Okay, so I think only Yanni could possibly beat that.
Yeah, I had a 19.
19.
I got a 20.
Oh, really?
I rolled a 12, I got +8.
This guy.
Yeah.
Guys.
Way to go, Dakuda.
Yay, me! Watch.
I have you at +7. Where did you get it? Did you increase your armor or your
Dex
damage?
+4, improved initiative +4.
Did you get the Dexcon belt? Is that what bumped you?
I've got a Dex belt, but I didn't get that. I've got a +2 belt. I've had it for a while.
Why I had 7 for you. Okay, so
I had 7 for a while.
and above a 10.
11.
12 from your
Just had to outdo me.
I didn't have to, it just kind of easily happened.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh!
Water
Same.
flowing from the sea.
Mm-hmm. Me and Fran have a very big question for you. You don't have to answer it right now, but how do rivers work? But we just need to know that.
Okay.
Dad.
I got a book you can borrow.
I think it's rain.
Gravity. How do they know where to go?
No, but like, that's the broad. That's the question. Sure. We have some specific questions.
The French fries.
I'll do my best. We're a classic broad river battle, so. It's a straight shooter, because right to the Atlantic, it's not doing any hullabaloo to the Dead Sea.
How about students going down? Heck of a liar.
Not good yet can PD.
Here you go. Yes, sir. Heck of a liar.
So, Bort, you're standing in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Largo is behind you trying to fix your clothes. Dakuda, you were floating and trying to look inside.
Oh, God.
Thanks for putting this many out. That's great.
Yeah. And I probably don't even have enough for all of this, but reasonable. At least as far as Bort can see anyway. Now how many kobold?
All of them.
Probably a good call considering the size of them.
Do you think there's
Yes. But if we can find them, I feel like if it's what we think it is, we can just dispense with them so quickly that maybe it's not worth like casting anything over another two.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm running right now.
These dorks.
Oh, they're inside the computer.
How do rivers work?
Oh man, I'm gonna watch so much fucking Loki tomorrow.
I hadn't checked that out.
It's so good.
I also just really like the 1970s aesthetic across the board. So
Yeah.
that's a huge factor.
I've heard it's good. Yeah.
So
Would watch. Could watch.
Okay. So Bort, you look in and you see all of these little lizard creatures with their crossbows trained on you, and they are standing there inside this room.
I lock eyes with them one at a time as I shake my head. And she's just disappointed, disrespectful. It's a funeral. Have you no shame?
Okay, actually, it's Dakuda is the first person to go, but
Oh, he's saying all that.
yeah, I mean, like, so yeah,
They're hitting me, and that's fine.
I'm just Bort can see this. You know, it's between the fog and you're actually, yeah, they're all pretty much just like they moved in close enough to see Bort and shot at him. So you being 10 feet behind Bort, you can't see anything except that you do see that Bort has, 5 little sticks poking out of him.
I am going to, I feel like I'm going to waste this, but I'm going to cast haste. And then fly in like over here and stay invisible.
Okay.
How high is the ceiling?
Maybe like 8 or 9 feet.
Okay, I just stay up towards. Making sure I'm not running into anything. I'm not too worried about this fight, so I'm just kind of observing.
You speak Draconic.
I also can comment.
We'll take one of them alive. I'll tell a really good joke. Oh, no, I need to speak Draconic.
Yanni.
Can you port me out there, Dan?
I'm gonna cast it.
Or Ross or somebody?
Yanni, you're right here, bud. You're
Oh God.
Boop, yeah, you're in the backfield behind Todd.
Okay, so do I have any clue what's going on?
I mean, you could probably, you have pretty good perception. You could have heard the sound of the the crossbows firing, and you could see Bort kind of shudder with the impact.
All right. Let's go. Let's get to stepping.
Do you want this?
Okay. So
If I could just like jump over the dead orc,
mhm.
just like cut straight through there, and then just cut the corner.
Okay. So you get into the doorway, and you look into this pitch black room, and you're thinking, I can't see in the dark.
Yep. Fair enough. Okay. How much movement do I have left?
You moved 30 feet to get there.
Okay. Guess I would just keep going.
Okay. Like just straight forward.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to be out of the doorway.
Do you
Okay.
say anything as you brush past me?
Say what?
Do you say anything as you brush past me? Or
Don't worry, Bort. Don't worry, Bort. I got this.
Okay. So you rush forward. Give me a perception check.
On the die. Is the +5 still going?
Yes.
Yep.
34.
Okay. So just before you trip over him, you can vaguely see the sort of silhouette outline of a small reptilian humanoid standing directly in front of you. You're in this room. You don't have a great. It's not a very bright. It's not You're fighting in the dark.
Okay. Is that my turn? Do I have anything else to do there, or is that?
You can still make attacks.
I guess since it's dark, I would probably just try to maybe grapple, get my hands on them.
Okay. Give me a combat maneuver check.
A 24.
Okay. You pick up this little reptile guy.
Aw.
Okay.
Like you can feel him like starting to squirm and pull, and you're getting the sense that he's got teeth and he's got claws. This is about to turn into like wrestling an angry cat, but he hasn't had a chance to act yet. So you're not, he hasn't actually tried, attempted to damage you.
Giving him a kick in the back first.
Bort. You see Yanni run past you and pick up a kobold.
And I do like one of these where I'm like doing like back away, but I start walking towards Yanni and I say, Yanni. And the thing is grappled.
Yeah.
Yanni, hold it still. Oh, they can all see.
Yeah.
And I've already locked eyes with all these things and said my admonishments.
Okay.
I want to just cut the fucking head off the thing that Yanni's holding as I'm looking at these things that are around us and, saying disrespectful. At a funeral, well, I never. How do you like that? I've, in all my days, well, it's grappled. It can't move. It's a sitting duck. I just want to fucking just decapitate this thing in front of all of its friends.
Okay. Go ahead, give me a tackle.
Probably with the dagger. Yeah, with the rapier. It's evil.
Yeah,
It's
they are.
fucking evil. 26 to hit.
That will hit.
It's grappled. Do I get anything for that? Do I get
You get your sneak attack.
okay. God damn it. 29 points of damage.
21?
29.
29? Okay. You with your dagger or
Rapier.
with the rapier?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So your rapier's not really like a cutting
Slash.
weapon.
With the dagger. Fine.
With the dagger, you feel like you have a better chance of actually lopping the head off if that's your intent.
That's the goal.
And you do like clear cut the head,
Intimidation
A
check?
little rough on that. Well, he attacked.
I attacked.
He doesn't have an action for an intimidate check.
I don't. As I cut the head off, I would like to, I hold it up as it's removed from the body and the blood sprays everywhere as I'm looking at these things and saying, well, I never. How do you like that? In all my days. And at a funeral.
And you're saying that, and the blood's dripping out of the head and coming out of the stump of the neck. And Yanni, you can feel as this blood's getting on you, like the tingle, like the acidic tingle that this blood has. Is the pH level on this blood is very, very low, but not nearly as low as the acidic spit that is going to come out of each and every one of their mouths towards the two of you guys.
Oh dear.
Just you got him in perfect fireball formation, so don't worry about it too much.
Reasonable.
So,
Fire donut.
so this is God, you two.
I can handle it.
Oscar and Felix, the odd couple, right here in the middle.
You guys need
See what we
to
can
give me 7 reflex saves.
Wow.
This will be fun.
Like
Half
dodging raindrops.
Well, the thing is, they both have evasion, so if they make these reflex saves, they take no damage.
They have evasion.
19 on the die. Plus 14. 33.
That's what everyone.
Natural one.
Oh, so one actually hits you.
Natural one. 10 on the die. 24.
What's your reflex bonus?
14.
14. You're only gonna fail on one.
Okay.
So that was your.
That was
2 on
sixth. Sixth.
natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Statistically probable.
So what's Yanni's reflex bonus?
It's plus 12.
Okay, you're also only going to fail on a 1.
That's
Fell on a 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll die 7. Roll the 27 times and tell me how many ones you get.
I got 0 ones.
Okay. So Bort, do you have improved invasion or just regular
I have
invasion?
improved.
Okay, so you take 3 points of damage, which is half of the 6 points of damage that you should have taken.
Oh, dude.
And Yanni, you do tiptoe between the acid drops as just this cascade of acid comes like one of those Las Vegas fountains, jets just shooting.
It's just the ending of Ocean's 11.
Oh.
Do I still have the headless kobold? I'm imagining I'm just like dancing with this thing.
Yes, you do.
yes, you do.
Okay, Godric.
Oh.
You know who's gonna do it?
Comes in
Okay.
and
I say be careful.
So good.
comes over to this one and fucking kills it. I know he's gonna kill it. I'm not gonna.
Kills it dead. Yeah. Like that.
That, dude.
Like that.
Uh-huh.
9 plus. So he kills this one.
Uh-huh.
And Uhtred
Mm-hmm.
rushes.
Very weird. Me and your brother were on the same page.
A little weird, I don't know.
And just cuts this one in half.
Uh-huh.
Weird.
Mirok.
All right. I'm gonna hold my action. I'm gonna hold my action until after Largo goes.
Largo.
I'm gonna cast Fireball.
Okay.
As I say so, I say, light on your feet, boys, and then cast Fireball into the darkness.
Okay.
And reflex save DC something. Give me a second. I dropped that
Here we
die.
go. There. Oh, where is it? I touched it. Nope. There it is.
200. It's a 2. No, I don't. We're gonna tower
Unacceptable.
this. We're
Okay.
gonna tower.
All right. Reasonable. Mm-hmm.
I know I'm gonna get Yanni and Bort. I know they have evasion though. And
Well, I'm going to ask you to give me a perception check because you're trying, you have low light vision.
Yeah.
It's really dark in there, and you're trying to pinpoint the location you can drop this fireball that will work.
-7.
You rolled a natural 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Credits it.
All right.
Oh.
So this I'm gonna say, from the perception of Dakuda, you see the room just erupt in flames, and and Largo, you're like, light on your feet, boys.
Does it still get them though?
I mean,
I mean, they're really close
what's
to
your
there.
damage on
My damage is fucking pretty high.
It's the equivalent of, a nuclear bomb or grenade at the
It's one of those, you see those videos of people throwing a grenade that drops at their feet?
35.
35. Okay.
I'm assuming I need to make a reflex save.
Yes. So does Yanni, Bort, and Godric and Uhtred.
I failed.
Oh yeah, son of a bitch.
And what's the DC on that reflex save?
That DC would be 21.
21.
Yay! I got a 26.
Okay, so somehow Yanni and Bort take no damage.
Yeah,
We hug.
that's what I was hoping would happen.
Don't worry, the Cape of the Mountebank is all asbestos.
And you said 21.
Yes.
So
Also, the real thing, Charlemagne owned the Cape made of asbestos.
Really?
Yeah, he would throw it over fires and be like, look,
Velvet
magic.
Carusa?
Yeah,
Really?
he would throw it over fires as like a party trick. Don't know why he died.
Uhtred and Godric will fail.
No.
So yeah, 35. I failed as well.
So you've done more damage to the party than the actual kobolds have.
But hopefully I killed every single one.
As this flash, drops, and like Yanni and Bort, look around, and as the light dims in the room, you just see all these charred kobold corpses, and Uhtred and Godric also heavily burned, and I kind of imagine Largo that.
yeah, not happy. Super not happy.
God damn it, I wish I had known that.
Okay.
Yeah, super not happy.
So that was 35 points of damage.
35.
Okay. and then as the seconds tick by, you're ow.
Yeah, so Uhtred took 35.
Godric took 30.
Godric took 35.
I took 30.
Largo took
Both-
35.
Okay.
Both of them failed their reflex save by 2.
Ooh,
They
no.
were so close.
I am very powerful.
So I drop to 29 hit points. And I walk in the room.
I mean, it takes some time. If you wanted to go in and do channel positive energy, you're going to hit 4 of you for that healing, instead of waiting for all of it to drop on you and then do something about it.
Okay, we can do that.
Or
Yeah.
I just kind of like the meta of you just walking, just limping in afterwards and being like, well, we took out a kobold, but let's not do that again.
I mean, because it's gonna take you 36 seconds to absorb all of that damage.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I was holding my action to be like, Largo's going to do a thing that's going to kill most of the kobolds and not hurt our very dexterous boys. And then I'm going to come in and make sure one stays alive for interrogation. Are they just charcoal now? Is there any of them I could possibly res?
Okay, so I will say that Uhtred and Godric immediately come out of the building coughing and patting out
Okay.
the flames on their clothes.
I would
Um,
immediately channel positive.
all of the kobolds inside are 30, 35.
35.
They are 3 points past dead.
has like permanent. Like I can't do anything.
They are charcoal briquettes.
Okay. And I say it exactly like Esmeralda, kind of channel positive energy as they just walk into the soot and corpse-filled room.
So what I'll say here is, since all of this damage is going to end up on you at some point, we'll just say you channel positive energy, and then multiply whatever you healed for by 4.
Okay.
And then you subtract that from the.
It was 105 points of damage. Yeah. Total.
Yeah.
So as they're coming out, as Godric and Uhtred are coming out, I rolled a percentile to see what my reaction was. I was freaking out a little bit, but as they come out, I'm apologizing profusely, but like through gales of laughter. Just like, I'm sorry.
I multiplied by 4.
Well, yeah, because you're healing yourself, Godric.
Okay.
You know, like, so you're waiting. You're like, I'm gonna take some of this. I'm gonna wait until I feel like we've equalized. You know, the 4 of you have all kind of have the same amount of damage, and then you hit with the.
It's gonna be exactly half 17. Everyone's gonna take 17, so instead of taking 105 points of damage, I'll now take 53.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bort and Yanni are embracing.
With the squirting kobold's body between you.
Exactly. ID embrace from Yanni.
No,
Say it.
that thing is soot. Like,
Oh, it's gone? Okay.
well, it was already dead,
Uh-huh.
and then it took another 35 points of fire damage.
And somehow, while still holding on to it, Yanni took nothing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Damn, I'm gonna use the heal skill.
Okay. Well,
36.
okay. So that's 55.
Yeah.
For you.
And that's
Mhm.
that's one of your 11 uses today.
I'm just fucking laughing. Sorry.
I will get Oreo, and I said, it's good we can laugh at a time like this. Todd would have wanted us to be to celebrate his memory.
I'm going around the kobold corpses and just pointlessly heal checking. But after like 2 or 3, I stop and I'm just kicking them, and they're just soot.
Yeah. Uhtred kind of grabs Largo by the shoulder, and you feel like a kind of stronger than necessary pinch, and he kind of like shakes you a little bit.
Yeah, like an uncle.
Like, that was a fireball.
Was a fireball.
Like, but Uhtred, I killed all of them.
And he smacks you on the back.
You shatter all your teeth.
I just fucking followed them. Okay.
His laughter has went to a giggle.
he's like pulling the singed edges of his beard.
This room is fully dark.
This had windows in it, right? 'Cause we were walking. So my low light vision, while all that's going on, I'm going to stay fairly close to the ceiling and just try and make a loop.
So like the fog, even outside, like dims everything significantly. So your low light vision is kind of what you need to see normally in daylight, considering how the whole area is kind of dark. So yeah, like inside, even though there are windows, your low light vision barely does the job in here. So what were you were looking for?
I was just gonna try and see how big the room is and see if there's anything else in the corners.
So the room looks like it's about 50 feet across, and you can't see either side of the room. It does look like the fog doesn't necessarily go indoors as much as it stays outside. Maybe you can see a little further. Or
You're saying it's 50 foot this way, but I can't see the end.
It's 50 feet from this wall to this wall.
I can't see the end.
So it's like another
That's funny.
like that. But yeah, you can't see the ends. Give me a perception check.
Does the +5 go to that too?
Yeah.
So 33.
Okay, so what you do notice is that about every 8 feet or so, there's a pile of garbage, and this lines the back wall, and it lines the wall on the front that you're standing at, and there's another line of that kind of going down the middle of the room. Just like these piles of rot in a sort of regimented pile, about 8-10 feet pile, 8-10 feet pile.
I know I haven't had a lot of luck with it. Maybe it's distance, so I just detect magic on one of the, or some kind of flying by. Just
Okay.
see if there's anything. Pretty much second sight. Just do it.
Okay. So are you are you like staying in one place, or are you moving?
If I can't see the ends, I would probably just kind of loop around about like that.
Right. What was your perception check was what?
33.
33. As you are wandering around in here, you do catch one magical aura.
One of the piles.
Yep.
I will concentrate on it.
Okay. Appears to be about 4 feet in length, and you're getting some. What would that be? One second. I think it's transmutation. You get a transmutation aura off of it.
Okay. I'm probably going to just pick this up, but what I'm going to do is kind of mage hand things away that are small enough to see if I can see it first.
You mage hand trying to move stuff away, and you're knocking stuff off, but it looks like this was furniture, or you're not really sure. There might be part of this might be the rot of a corpse or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it's sedimented and settled here. It's basically almost a mound of dirt at this point.
Okay. Where am I at now that I see that?
You're like over here. It's over here.
All right. I want to get somebody else's attention before I become visible under this, so I'm going to fly back and see if I guess Yanni or Bort wants to come check this out with me.
Okay.
So I'm still invisible. I'm like, hey, come follow me.
There's a ghost in here.
Like, oh, no, I'll just.
Oh no, Largo killed Nakuda!
I guess my invisibility is probably about enough anyway, so.
Okay. So yeah, Yanni, you follow him over. He points out this pile of garbage on the ground. Give me a perception check, and give me a perception check to start.
Ready? $26.
Okay. Give me a history check.
Is one interesting.
Natural 20.
All right. So as you and I'll also, I assume, for the sake of this working, you start pulling ahead and you look back and you see Yanni like.
I was just getting ready to say, if I see him having an issue, I'll probably do a light.
Yeah. So you cast light, and yeah, maybe in here you could see about 40 feet, where the fog outside permeates heavy enough that you can only see 30. But Yanni, especially with the light and looking around in here now, you know exactly what this is. You pretty much grew up in this. This is obviously a barracks.
Okay, I would.
All these piles of stuff are bunks that have long since decomposed and collapsed and turned into piles of rot on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, you follow over to where Daku's pointing, and he points at a pile of garbage on the ground. And
I mainly want backup. I don't mind going through it. I just don't want to go through it on my own, invisible, off in the dark.
okay, well, so you're digging through it then?
I'm guessing about where it is. Or is it like buried?
It's buried.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's under this stuff.
The rotten bunk.
I'll dig through it, Dakota. You stay back in case some big nasty thing comes out at us.
I'll keep an eye out.
Just give me a dexterity check.
I don't like that. 16 on the die.
Okay.
And then just +5 on the dex.
I just wanted to see if you cut yourself as you were digging a sword out of the dirt. But no, you're fine. So yeah, you're pushing the dirt and it's like rotten wood, old, decomposed cloth. Maybe there's some bone and stuff in there. It's hard to say. But you move this stuff away, and there is a falchion that is still intact. The metal seems to be a sort of like a cobalt bluish metal, and it given what else is surrounding this, you would have assumed that this would have rusted and decayed hundreds of years ago, but even the leather on the handle is still intact.
That's one-handed, right? The falchion.
No, it's two-handed sword.
Two-handed. Okay. Okay. I guess I would just hand it out or like hold it out to Dakota and be like, I don't think this should be here.
I'll start identifying it as we float back towards the group, I guess.
Okay. Give me a spellcraft check.
15, so 42.
Okay. So it's obviously a +1 sword. You are noticing from the way that the magic is reacting with the blade that the connection of the infusion of the magic is more complicated than normal, and this would indicate to you that it's probably a cold iron weapon, which cold iron is harder to infuse with magic than other metals. But it's useful against fey creatures and certain kinds of, I think, demons or devils. It's one of them too. One of them has trouble with silver. The other one has trouble with cold iron. I think it's demons. Yeah, cold iron's bad against chaos creatures.
Fey as well, for sure.
Fey or chaos creatures.
Okay. Yeah.
That's why everyone got fireball.
Look what we found.
What kind of sword did you say?
It's a falchion. It's like a really big scimitar.
Gotcha.
Very popular amongst
I knew.
us.
I don't sense any other abilities, just other than it's okay.
Bingo.
Anybody want to stash this? I can put it in mine.
Hatred yanks it right at you.
Okay, there you go. Does anybody want? Okay. He's a Hoover.
I'll take that.
I say the far wall, if you can't tell, is about 50 feet. But it's a long building. I don't see either end personally.
And when you were at that where you could see the end,
Okay.
and you saw the end from the outside when you guys came to the
Okay.
corner of the building.
Well, I can't see the other end.
Mira wants to go in and look and see if there is anything I might tap board on this as a way to handle your grief. But I want to see if there's anything like the tunnel in the last room we were in.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming kobolds aren't walking through the front door of buildings. Cowardly nature. So I'm gonna use like stonework shit. I'm gonna be asking boards like trap find or secret door.
Okay. So you two wander around. I'm not going to make you do perception checks because as you get to this corner of the building, there is a wooden ladder that goes up and through the roof and outside.
Up to the roof, outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a little ladder?
It's a narrow ladder. Still can reach all the way to the top. But,
So they're probably.
Parkour.
yeah.
Is there another door on the far wall?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Did I do 5?
Oh no. 28.
Okay. How long does that last?
I don't know. I'll check.
Forever.
I think the.
I think it was like 10 minutes per level or something.
I don't think I understand past though, has it?
No, I'm just asking because
But also-
it's being used a lot. I want to know when it's going to.
That's a reasonable request, yeah. I will check.
Plus you cast it after your thing that makes it last longer, right?
Yeah,
That-
yeah, so double.
There it is. 10 minutes per level.
So it's going to last like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still going to be up for a good ways. But yeah, so going back to the far end of this building, you do see that there's another door that goes outside, faces in the same direction. Yeah, as far as like trap doors or hidden doors or secret doors, you're not seeing anything. You're not noticing anything.
Eric, I don't see any trap doors, hidden doors, just secret doors. But there's a door. The other one that goes outside. And that ladder. I don't think you're gonna make it up, but
I'm not opinions of it.
through that door.
Bort, as he gestures at the ladder, would like to sort of like take it and sort of pull it down and see how tall it is.
Maybe like 10 feet, 12 feet, somewhere in there.
Can I put it into a handy haversack?
No.
Okay. No.
I think the max length of something in a handy haversack is like 8 feet.
Do we have a straight up bag of holding?
Sure.
I do.
But I don't want a ladder.
You don't matter. That's fine. We're just gonna lay it on the ground, just next to the door. Bort lays it on the ground and just pats it twice.
And so the other door, there's a back door, and it just goes out the back of the building and around.
No, both of the doors are on the same side, opening out into the open courtyard.
Well, I would offer to the group, do we want to stay here with the intention of like ambushing for the kobolds? Do we want to just leave here? This is,
I think we keep moving.
I don't want to get too bogged down here if that's what we want to do. Okay.
So this was berries. Sword. So we're back out in the hallway.
And I'm going to find you at some point.
I forget what.
I'll just say,
Did I sense north with that 16 earlier? I think I was saying that right before.
But it worked out.
So
that
as far
is-
as like, it's not so much sensing north, it's like looking at the trail from the
Right.
trail of the rose and being like, okay, so we went, we turned. So you're thinking that this wall actually kind of points north.
So we follow the wall.
Let's follow that wall.
As I'm going around, I people I think that's north.
I say to the group, just so you know, I am sorry, but if we encounter a large group of things that we can definitely kill really quickly, and we don't want to like take a lot of time, maybe just let me do that without having the possibility of hitting friends. If we can all agree to do that, that'd be cool.
As you say that, I put a hand on Todd's rock and I say it's what Todd would have wanted.
Todd's scorched rock.
I say, whatever, Bort.
Yeah, you're not telling you to be careful. You're gonna be like, I'm not a credit card.
Yeah.
Just burn everyone in the party. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah, totally. I am deeply sorry. It was
We got a
funny,
healer.
but I am deeply sorry.
Yeah. It was the right call.
Yanni says to Largo, never apologize for being efficient in battle. Also, you got to hit me first.
It's fair.
It's true. Let's head north.
Let's hit dwarf.
Okay. So you guys leave the building and start going northward, and you get to the end of this building, maybe 30 or 40 feet past the end of this building is another building.
Let's go.
And this one appears to be like at least 3 stories tall. Also, that other building was very much for function over form. No ornamentation, nothing, special about it. This building, like there's like pillars, as part of the architecture. There's a, what do you call it? Like molding, separating the different floors. This one, there is a sense of architectural style into it.
How big are the windows? Are there terraces? Is there any like thing on the outside of the building that's grabbable? No.
There does appear to be, well, okay, so you approach and there are windows and they are maybe, 6 feet off of the ground. From where you're standing, you can just see that, there does appear to be some more windows on the second and third floors. But you don't see a door or a balcony or anything like that from where you're standing right now.
I have a proposal to the group.
Go on.
We could walk in through the front door of this building and see what's going on. Or we could walk in through the 3rd floor of this building.
Okay.
A combination of wall of stone and pillars of Moses. Create a stone platform that will then be lifted up.
I am very down.
Let's do that.
Largo's like, that sounds fun.
You just go up and then we come down. I don't like that idea.
Yeah.
Because wall of stone, I can make it at any angle, it's just be a direct wall. And then pillars of Moses, I should be able to go 25 feet up, which is nearly the top level. So it's 3 pillars, so we can stack those pillars. Dan, that's what I want to do. If you want a physics check anything.
Okay, so your intention is to create a wall of stone
Yeah,
and then
4
create
stone.
so are you stone shaping or are you doing wall of stone?
I'm gonna do wall of stone. I can't stone. Well, stone shaping is a lower level spell, and I could do 6 by 6. Yeah. If I stone shape, I could do 6 1-inch thick, basically tiles. But it's up to you if like that would hold weight.
Well, I mean, you're thinking like, so 6, so that would be like 10 feet by 15 feet.
Yeah.
And then
I could think of it.
like a violent thrust of 4 pillars of Moses shoving it up. You're thinking that might not.
All right.
Yeah.
Well then,
I think the stone wall would be significantly thicker, significantly sturdier.
okay. Yeah. Then I'll do wall of stone. So that's gonna be. Let's see what I do here. 5 over level. So I can make 1 5 by 1 for every level. The 4th level increases 5. It's going to be 2 inches thick, and it's going to be plenty enough tiles to hold all of this. It's a 5-foot square per level.
So I see him making these calculations in his head.
45 cubic feet.
Like, I don't want to step on your ding ding, but I can fly up there and just throw down a rope. But it's up to you.
I can't climb the rope.
No.
And I say that very bashfully.
Put a hand on your shoulder.
I got you.
This is all I have.
I got you.
Okay. Todd can climb the roof either.
I don't like-
So I think what will probably make the most sense
Yeah.
for Mirok would be a 10 by 10 foot that's
Yeah.
5 inches thick.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, it's only 4 combat squares, but
We can-
10 by 10 feet is
We can pile.
bigger than most elevators.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all right. So you all kind of
I make a mere rock elevator.
Yeah. So
This is for you, Sherry Berry.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't great.
No, she was not great.
Yeah.
Labor statistics were not good under her, but great.
Conservative.
I always called her Cherry Berry, even though I knew it was Cherry Berry.
Oh, the elevator lady? She has signed off on some sketchy elevators. Let me tell you that. I don't think I trust her opinion very much.
Oh no, yeah, that's what we're all saying. None of us trust her. God damn it, love her.
Yeah, she's amazing.
all right.
Yeah, I cherry berry us up to the top floor.
Right.
I'm sure it's not quiet.
it's rocks.
Yeah. No. It makes a significant scraping noise.
Do we want it to be quiet? I'm gonna do it
I
loud.
mean, it's
Yeah,
cool.
I'm gonna do it loud.
So yeah, with 25 feet, you get up, to where like you're kind of have to step down into the 3rd floor window.
And it's all rotted out. There's not a window in it. It's just the stone.
Well, it's what's left is stone. Anything that was wood or fabric or any biodegradable substance is long since biodegraded.
I look in with my dark vision
It's gonna be good for us.
and see what I can see. What do I see as I look through the window?
Okay. You see. Give me a percentage check.
A gargon.
Or are we still adding 5?
Yep.
28.
28.
28.
You see a room that, like, there's a lot of these piles of rot in this room. Several, like, it seems like one wall is entirely lined with piles of rot. There's some piles in the middle of the room. You kind of look around, you're like, there was furniture in here, and it's all, rotted away. But otherwise, it's, stone room. There's a door leading out.
I turn over my shoulder and I say, clear! And I take off towards the door.
You go to the door, and through the door, you see a hallway and more holes leading to other rooms, you assume.
I'm gonna wave people in off the elevator.
I cautiously enter.
Yeah, and I will go in last behind Gertrude.
All right. So, just to streamline this, there's no traps in this building. There's no enemies in this building. There's just rooms and rooms and rooms and lots of garbage. If you guys want to see if there's anything of use or value in here, you can do search checks.
I would just be detective match because I got through.
From the top, or without any regard if anyone's following him at all, looks in each room, clocks that there's nothing in it,
Okay.
and goes clear, and then goes down and finds some, entire top floor, entire second floor, clear, and then entire bottom floor.
Okay. So you do this, and
Fighting for his country.
so one thing is you get about halfway the length of the building towards the middle, and there's just a massive hole.
Oh boy.
because the staircases were made out of wood.
I get to that and I say, hole!
Did he say hold?
I think he said Holt.
Holt. Oh.
But yeah, there's just a big hole in the sort of the middle of the building that drops down all 3 stories.
Hole.
I will. God damn it! I should have brought that fucking ladder.
Yanni just walk off that hole, just like feather fall all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, did you do it?
Doing it. I'm just gonna like wave to board as I'm just like coasting down all the way to the bottom.
But I will say, Bort, in one of the rooms on the 3rd floor, you saw a dresser,
Unrotted.
like a wardrobe,
Like extant. It is whole.
still intact,
That's
made
weird.
out of wood.
Made of wood. I check it for traps.
Give me a perception check.
21.
Does not appear to be trapped.
I see if it's unlocked.
It does not have a lock on
Does it have any handles?
it. Have little knobs.
I open it up.
It is empty.
It's just like a wardrobe with nothing in it. It's like a thing that just is, but intact.
It's about 7 feet tall, 3.5 feet wide, double doors. It's got like 2 drawers on the bottom.
Anything in the drawers?
It's a fucking mimic.
You would have known by now. Maybe.
I get inside of it and close the doors behind me.
Climb into the dresser. And then Bort goes on a
Give me a perception check.
all by himself.
With a trap modifier or?
Nope.
34.
You're sitting in there and you feel like almost like a cool breeze kind of blowing through your clothing and around your body.
Yeah.
And you kind of look down and all of the dirt and stuff that's on your clothing just like falls away and falls off and disappears.
No, it's maybe prestidigitation exists within the wardrobe.
It's a wardrobe that cleans your clothes.
I was gonna say it was a mimic, and you were just inside it, and it was like,
That's what I thought at first. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna wait for.
It's a magic item,
It's a magic item.
so it doesn't decay.
Bort
It's
is
still just his hole.
using my stealth. I am going to stealthily sit in this wardrobe and wait for another member of the party to come and open it. And I'm going to hold an action of surprising them by jumping out and saying, "It's Bort."
stabbed.
Okay. Well, as Dakuta is going from room to room with detect magic, boom! A faint magic aura surrounding this intact wardrobe.
They don't
chat. And I'm guessing they could kind of identify what, because I'm sensing the whole thing is magic.
Yeah.
And I think this is probably a bad thing, so I'm going to set a fire underneath it.
No, come on.
Well, you get up to it and you start
I know.
examining
I
it,
know.
and then through the less than an inch of wood, you can see all of the magic items that Bort is wearing on the inside.
Holy shit, jackpot.
Jackpot.
Well, they're all in the shape of Bort. His cloak, his armor, his dagger, his rapier, his boots.
Okay,
You just
I kind of sense
you
what's
just see
going
the
on, so
ghostly image of Bort through them.
I'm going to steel myself as much as possible to not react. Open the door.
I use my held action of jumping out of the same boot.
Give me an intimidate check.
28.
So that would be the DC to intimidate you would be 10 plus your hit dice plus your wisdom modifier.
And plus my hit dice.
D8.
22 plus your wisdom modifier. I think 28 is going to beat it.
I don't have a wisdom modifier, so yeah.
I would say you even get like a +4 because you know, but it's still. Oh shit! He flinched. I'm glad we spent 5 minutes on whether or not Dakota flinches.
Magic dresser. Look how clean I am.
It's pretty sweet.
Look how scared you are.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah. Want to throw it down that big hole?
I don't know unnecessary noise, but
I do.
Well, go for it.
I'm probably not strong enough to lift it, but I drag it over to the hole and throw
Yeah,
it
can I
down.
roll a perception check? I'm happy to help you do that.
Why? We don't
Because
want to
this is part of an orcish society that enslaved dwarves.
Okay.
Fuck everything they owned.
Okay. But with noise, I guess we already made.
Oh, good point. Good point.
But
Yeah,
it's magic. Look at everything else. Here's this thing.
that tips me on his side.
We're
Yeah.
trying. Largo's like, let's not. Come on. And that tries to get in front of you.
Okay. Well, I drag it to the edge of the hole and I say fine and pout. And now there's just a magic dresser sitting on the edge of the hole.
Uhtred's like throwing his muleback cords around it. He's trying to.
I can get this. I can get this.
He absolutely can get this.
Can he
Put
do
all the stuff in.
Will,
Yeah.
how much does it weigh, and will it burden him?
Weighs about 150 pounds, and no.
Let him take it. Let him take it.
Can we
Richard Scott.
swamp it into the bag of
No.
holding?
It's too, it will not fit. But
It's just
he
honest.
has these cords that give him like, I think it's 4 times his carry weight. He can carry 4 times his carry weight.
The whole time he's doing that, I'm gonna be like behind him, like whoa.
What?
Whoa.
Is he gonna have this? So conceivably, he could have a dresser strapped to him during the fight with the dragon.
Conceivably, I generally assume that when you guys are getting in, you guys are adventurers.
Yeah.
Your backpacks and stuff that might hinder your movement all have like release cords where you just pull on a cord and they fall off.
Okay, cool.
But conceivably,
Conceivably.
he's in battle with a black dragon, and he's
I mean,
a
the thing
hero.
is, it's not gonna slow him down.
Yeah, right there.
But he is wearing something that is like 4 times his size on his back.
Yeah.
So there's a check penalty associated with the weird object. But if he drops it, it's fine.
It's probably worth a lot of money.
10,000 years old. It's an ancient artifact. Magic.
Cool.
Bring it.
Are you guys
Open the
searching
door.
any other? I mean, well, you're on the 3rd floor.
We're on the 3rd floor, and there's no door. It's just a drop.
I'm just detecting magic everywhere.
No, you
Oh.
mentioned you had a rope.
Oh, yeah.
So drape a rope down to the 2nd floor. Sure.
Just tie it around Mirok first so you can lower him, so you won't be able to climb.
I grab Largo and throw him into the armoire.
I'm clean now.
Yeah, you love it.
You throw him in,
Yeah.
and Richard's like, whoop! He just jumps.
It's like floor.
And so Largo's in the armoire and has that moment where, you're suddenly weightless. Bam! And make an acrobatics check.
Yes.
It's just like that Mythos episode about elevators.
16.
You jump at the last
16.
second.
Okay, so Uhtred also makes his jump check, not to but you both take 5 points of damage. It's a solid slam to the ground.
I absorb those 5 points.
Thank you and thank you.
What do you have, Richard?
And then Uhtred puts the pack on the ground and climbs up the wardrobe onto the 2nd floor.
Son of a bitch.
He's smart.
Yeah, he has a high intelligence score. That's exactly the way he would use a high intelligence, in like a stupid, smart way.
What else can we find?
I mean, let's check it.
Sure.
Magic boys.
Yeah.
Receive.
I think this whole next thing, I'm just taking my time, slowly going down the road to the 2nd floor. Very slowly.
I'm still in the bureau, and I exit the bureau, and I'm on the first floor, so I just wait next to it.
We'll see the rope down there.
So I'm gonna say, Dakuda, have you re-upped your flying?
That's overland flight.
Oh, it's overland.
I just cast out at the beginning of the day all the time.
I know.
Does anybody else want?
There's
I'm good.
there's a silk rope hanging down. Just so you know.
Oh, so okay. I
Yep.
No.
I don't think I can lift myself.
If I see him doing that, I'll
Well,
Which is weird.
but Largo, you do shrink yourself down in the mage hand.
Yeah,
You
that's
can do
true.
that.
That's true, but I'm not gonna.
if I see him struggling, I'll go down, fly down. Like,
No, I'm not struggling. I'm just looking very clean, like kind of leaning against the bureau. I was like, if y'all need me, let me know.
Sports are coming in with Orgo. Okay. Talk about our clothes. Yeah.
So
Once he's done, I'm gonna untie the rope. So I don't want to lose my rope.
okay.
I'll give you your hat back.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So again, we'll kind of
Be careful.
we had some fun with this, but just to move on.
Yeah.
You guys search the rest of the
Yeah.
building. Dakuda, you do catch sight of 2 more magic auras, and with some, digging and uncovering, your spellcraft bonus is like 20 something.
22, I think.
Okay, you can't fail on this unless you roll a 1, and I'm not even going to worry about it. You find a wand of Cure Light Wounds that's got 28 charges left on it. And you find what looks to be like a domino mask, but it's scaled and in the fashion of like a draconic look with red and orange scales on it. And this is a dragon brow mask. It gives a +5 to perception checks.
Damn.
Wow. Can I wear that with my circlet?
Yes, it's a mask.
Interesting.
You can throw it around, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how's this look?
You look amazing. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Very handsome. I'm still coming down the road.
Gives you like a thumbs up, like a.
Give me a knowledge arcana check.
See, it'd be 29, 34.
The mask does seem to have been, manipulated and shaped by magic somehow, but the scales are dragon scales.
Cool.
So is that red? Considered red dragon?
Some of them are red dragon scales and some of them are orange dragon scales.
I don't know what an orange dragon is.
But you're also you're aware that like if you try to start plucking these scales off, you're going to destroy the mask. The mask, you can't just yank them off for spell components.
No. Can I use it as a focus?
No, because it's its own magic item at this point. The magic that's inherent in the dragon scales is being focused towards the perception bonus.
Okay.
So you could try, but that could also destroy the magic function of the mask.
Gotcha. And I would know that.
Well, it's like the magic function is a transmutation effect, and if you try to force evocation through it, you might just not work as the mask anymore. It might be just a couple of dragon scales that you could.
We're on the first floor. I approach the interior of the door and check and see if it's trapped.
The hole in the front of the building is not trapped.
Oh, it's a hole in front of the building.
All the wood is gone. And this was a when you come outside and you see over the above the door, there is an engraving.
Oh dear.
And it says in Orcish South Command.
Alright, some sort of official
Fancy one.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds like it was like
commands.
a police office or something.
The general staff.
Putting everything together, and for Yanni, this, some of this has a very familiar sensation to it. There's barracks where the soldiers are kept. This is obviously the command building where higher ranking officials lived, and the big empty space in the middle is a training field.
Fucking schnapps.
Yeah, culture.
That would be relaying all that, to the party if anyone cared to listen.
I'm just talking furiously to Trident and Foreman, pointing at things.
I listened to you, and I said, also, it's very interesting, very high society, it seems.
Board pays no attention.
Do we keep going north? What do we think?
So maybe keep going north.
Yeah, let's keep going north. We know that it's north, so that's the only thing we know. I guess we can extrapolate the other 4 directions, but let's keep going north.
Okay, so if you then follow the building, when you come out of the building, you're making a right. You follow that around, and Mirok, what is your modifier for stealth checks?
See, that's a great question.
Like a mild negative, isn't it?
Well, no, it's just a straight 0.
Okay.
Yeah. So they got that dex belt.
Well,
Nice.
armor check penalty.
Armor check penalty is a -5.
Okay.
So would that be? How does that affect my stealth? Armor check.
Well, certain physical activities, your armor is going to impair your ability to swim, climb,
So
be stealthy, do
my
acrobatics.
dex modifier is a 0, so that makes it actually a -5. Is
Right.
Okay.
So pretty much anything that's a dex check or a strength check, but isn't like a manual dexterity. So like it wouldn't affect disable
Primary
device or but there's a list of things, but mostly like climb, swim, jump, stealth, that kind of stuff. You're gonna apply your armor check penalty to all those.
Which makes sense. I would be bad at all those things.
So I'm just assuming, you guys are taking 10 on trying to not to make a lot of noise.
Sure.
Yeah.
So Mirok's the lowest stealth check of everybody at a 5. And that's just the baseline that I'm going to use.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's better than whistle.
It's better than whistle. Stealthy standard. Just whistle.
Someone moved lots of pants.
Cast grease on you if it would quiet it down.
Would it lubricate?
Oh, it would just make
Like
it
the
fall
Tin
over a
Man.
lot.
It just make it slip and make tiny noises.
Imagine it would help you like the Tin Man.
Makes sense.
He's not so much, it's not even so much like squeaky or clanky, it's just like heavy footfalls.
Now, if I could fly at all times, how would that work? It would work by looking fucking awesome. Just a huge, heavier man.
Tin can. Flying through the air.
It's like more like Iron.
So yeah, you get to the corner of the building, you make another right, follow that, you hit a wall, keep following that wall. You're pretty sure this is the north wall.
Okay.
And you hit a wall in front of you, turn left, you go about 30, 40 feet, door you came in.
So we have kind of gone along the wall for half of the room. So at this point, we need to start going south.
So to kind of diagram this, there's the door you came in, you ran in like this, found a building,
Edit that.
There's another building up here. So you went down here, inside the building, came back out, went up, inside this building, came out, this.
Oh, okay.
So you're now aware of this wall.
I think we should go dead east, but what do you guys think? Because that would be east, right? We should
Yeah.
right in between
Yeah.
the buildings.
Yeah, I think east. I agree.
Yep. That's a good move.
Okay.
Okay.
So you head back east, and for a while you're just kind of like following the trail of the rose that's along to your right, and you get over to here, and there is another wall, and there's a door.
No.
Okay. Let's, is it an opening or a door?
This door is another one of these bronze doors similar to the one that you came in through. But this one of the doors is like off its hinge and leaning. So like you could just kind of squeeze through. Might be a little difficult for Mirrock, but the rest of you could probably manage it all right. The other door is still on the hinge, and it does look like it could be pulled or pushed open, but there's, it would take a little bit of force to pull it loose.
Uhtred, son of Uhtred, would you like to open the door for your friends?
You are in no way a stand-in for Todd.
Would you like,
Or maybe if you check it out.
I mean, look at it. It's falling. Damn.
Uhtred looks at it and kind of looks over his shoulder at the wardrobe on his back, looks at the hole that he'd have to shimmy through, and tries to pull the other door. No problem.
Thank you, Uhtred.
I mean, it's not super loud, but there is like as it scrapes along the rocks and debris that have kind of
Reasonable.
come up around the bottom of it.
Let's head through. I will lead the way. I will look for traps. I will trap spot and
Right behind Uhtred.
paying attention to the ground, looking for boulder triggers or
you?
Okay.
what is of the flaming
Hey.
ball of
Good spot.
acid
Our
ball.
relative size is small. They're basically like a forward mobile shield.
All right, so
Right.
you come into this
Anyways.
area, and it is significantly darker in here than it was in the previous room.
So this is a building.
At this point, it's just significantly darker.
The last one we were in had windows. So it was
When
dark
you
enough
came
like
out of
it
a
had
courtyard,
doors.
and you're walking into another section of the
Oh, I thought you were talking about the barracks. Okay.
no, in the open space that was the last district of the city that you were in, you're moving into another district of the city, and this one it's not complete, it's not entirely pitch black, but it is.
I'm gonna grab a couple rocks off the ground, cast light on them, and throw them kind of spread out.
Okay. All right. So you throw these rocks out, and they scatter on the ground. One of them comes to rest at the bottom of a tree that has grown up through the ground in here. Another one just kind of scatters out, and you see what looks to be like pedestals that were foundations of buildings, but there's no building sitting on top of them. Maybe this area was not stone buildings. And the third one scatters and comes to rest at the bottom of a large glass case.
Sorry.
Large glass case.
Containing a dark.
Glass case.
You'd have to get closer to inspect.
Probably a municipal aquarium.
Yeah.
I'm curious what that's for.
Dort walks over to the glowing rock you threw
3
at
different ones. Which one are you walking towards?
toward the one towards the glass case.
Okay.
And I picked it up and I put it in my flak pouch.
Okay, and when you pull it out, it's gonna be a rock.
You don't know.
And
Yeah.
here, but it's like glowing, and I turn as I put it in my flak pouch. I turn to Dakuda and I say, "Shh." And using my dark vision, which I hope is functional in this darkness, I look into the glass case.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh.
It's a 19 on the day. Is it trapped?
Does not appear to be trapped.
Okay, 35 without trapped spotting.
All right. You look into this case, and it's like a semi-opaque sort of green liquid suspended. Very, very, sci-fi that sort of vibe you're getting off of this. And as you're looking in, something inside kind of floats towards the glass, and what you see is a sort of malformed half orc that's maybe in their adolescent, with one large dragon wing hanging off, and then like a gimpy arm, and just it's poorly something is it's a body horror sort of. Oh, it's
It's
long
not
dead.
post-lingual.
I walk over to the tree, fully unaware of all this.
Okay. You walk over the tree and you kind of look up, and you can see that branches of this tree are kind of branching out above, and it's probably, if there's more of these, that might be why it's darker in here. There's an actual canopy in this space.
As I'm doing that, I'm also waving Yanni, like, go over here and join this tree. Do you come with me?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
I'm with you as well.
Cool. Through this really nice tree, notice it's canopy. I mentioned to Largo about the shade aspect of it. And then I touch Yanni on the shoulder and say, I know you can't see this, maybe this will help. And I cast Oracle's Vessel on Yanni. So Yanni, you can now perceive living things within 30 feet of you. I know it might not work on a tree, but I'm just kind of,
I think that also gives him dark vision.
Does it give him dark vision? That would be great.
That's a benefit of your Oracle's Curse is dark vision at 60 feet.
I don't know if it is dark vision. I'll check on that. But anyways, you can definitely sense living things near us.
Sweet. Thank you.
Is it technically low light, or would I need dark vision, Dan, in this?
There's a little bit of light, and
So low light.
like basically, yeah, you're able to see like maybe 30 feet or so.
Okay.
You can see twice as well as a human.
Okay, yeah. I cast Tree Stride and whoop, into the tree. And I automatically know the location of all other similar trees, and I know what kind of tree it is.
Okay.
Son of a bitch, go whoop.
It's a dragon tree.
And then you can hear me go.
Nice again.
Okay. Isn't there a specific type of trees that you can do this with?
That's true. So if it's not one of the specific trees, then I won't be able to do it. But it is a lot of trees.
The large
I've got it right at my fingertips here.
beech
Oak. We are looking at oak, ash, yew, elm, linden, any coniferous, and any deciduous. So actually any type of tree.
Oh, okay.
But if it's not an oak, ash, yew, elm, or linden, but deciduous, I can travel up to 1,500 feet from one tree to the next tree.
Okay.
If it's coniferous, I can travel 1,000 feet. If it's oak, ash, yew, 3,000 feet. Elm, linden, 2,000 feet.
So this one you walk into is cypress.
Okay, so it's 1,000 feet. Do I know any other, are there other cypresses in the area?
Within 1,000 feet,
Yes.
hundreds.
Okay. But I can kind of tell, I know their locations. I bloop around a bunch of the trees and like, look, I'm gonna make several perception checks, however many you want me to make, but this is my scouting mission.
Okay, hold on.
Little tree blooper. Warding it pretty good. Seems like a druid thing.
And this is up to 1 time per caster level, so 11.
Right. That's one of the things that I was looking for. Is like, you don't have a.
Yeah, I can't do it.
And Yanni does have dark vision, Dan, you're correct about that.
So it's a 60-foot dark.
It's a 30-foot dark vision.
30-foot dark.
Yeah, that's the caveat.
How long do I have that?
The next 11 minutes. And I sent you a thing, it may not go through, but you have blind sense out to 30 feet.
Okay.
So you should perceive living things.
Both of those for 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Cool. So as Largo disappears in a tree and just steps run off, I look at you with my newly found sight, and I'm just like, man, I'm just a guy that likes to punch stuff. I might be out of my element here.
So, cloud of vision, you get 30 feet of dark vision. At 5th level, it's 60 feet. At 10th level, it's blind sense out to a range of 30.
Oh, so he has
He doesn't
dark
get
vision.
light sense. He doesn't get life sense because that's part of your mystery. That's not part of your curse.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking. So,
It's blind sense out to 30 feet.
yeah, he gets blind sense.
At
Not light
15th
sense.
level, you get blind sight, but you're not there yet.
Yeah, he gets blind sense. That's a good distinction. So blind sense, Yanni.
Probably that seems very expired.
You basically don't.
It's
need to
not
make a
expired, it's
perception check.
vintage.
You don't need to make a perception check, Yanni, to notice creatures within range of your ability, provided that you have line of sight. It's like if there's someone out there in that darkness that you can't see, you just immediately like, I got him.
Awesome.
All right, so
That's not blind. It's blind sense a higher level.
Largo.
You can see into the dark now, 60 feet, Yanni.
Oh, that's 60 on the dark vision?
60, yeah, that's what we're talking about. You have blind,
Okay.
you have dark vision out to 60 feet for the next 11 minutes.
Okay, great.
I am not uncontrollably chuckling.
Cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I was really hoping for a low roll on that. High roll is I react in a gleeful way.
Right now? What's going on?
I like to make a percentile rolls for role playing sake.
Oh, to determine, be like, oh, I'm so amused by me.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I got a 71 on the laughing as Godric and Uhtred emerged.
Just on fire.
It's like,
See, that's right.
So the spell lasts until the duration expires or you exit a tree.
correct. And it's 1 hour per level.
Right, and I'm like wondering, like, sticking your head out, is that exiting a tree or is that?
I think I can see from the tree. I kind of become the tree. I'm not inside the tree. I kind of become the tree.
I imagine it like Mjork's milled into stone. It's like you're aware of things directly outside the tree. You remain in contact with the surface.
It's not specific, and I'm figuring that I can kind of see outside the tree without exiting the tree. If that's not possible, I'm still going to do it because it's cool as hell.
All right, so I'm gonna say, for the sake of arguments here, you are sensing around and
Is 54, so. And Abby's.
Sure. Order didn't be.
No shifty, huh?
Or
Too weird.
sorry.
Well,
You know,
like
it's always fun to try.
it's a light beer.
It's always, you never know.
We're working on getting some like was it DMT, DMS?
More EMS. X just gave it to me.
That's rough, dude.
Arf. Arf. Ride or die. So, kind of sensing around for other cypress trees.
Yes.
You entered a tree here.
Yes.
You feel that there's a bunch of trees in this area.
Yes.
All of those figures run into where other trees are.
Okay.
And then there's lots of trees, out and going further. So basically, you get a general idea
Okay.
based on the circle outside of certain range, the limits of the city.
Okay.
And that there are some more trees inside the city. And it seems like the largest concentration of them is directly around you right now.
I would still like to, if it's cool with you, transport to 11 different trees kind of within the far reaches of the spell, but sure to return to the original one to see if I get in. Well, I guess that I already kind of did that, right? According to this.
Well, I mean, is there something specific that you're trying to get out of that?
Trying to find the dragon.
I'm gonna hand you back.
Like bumping around?
Yeah,
You're not like, I'm gonna say like you maybe can get a vague sense of things 15 feet out from the tree.
Yeah.
Because, you don't, even if you are the tree and you're
Yeah.
sensing, like
Yeah.
the tree doesn't have eyes,
Right.
the tree doesn't have, can't smell.
Totally.
It's so like I'll give you a little bit, and from that you're like, there's some of them that you transport to, and you're like, okay, this one came up through like a rock floor.
Yeah.
This one seems to be mostly around dirt. This one's outside in the swamp. It's
Okay.
not in the city. You just kind of like, and it's helping you with that general concept.
Yep.
But yeah,
Cool.
you do get like, okay, the city is a circle.
Yeah, the city's the circle, and there's this, like, we have not explored all that much of it. Like, there's a shit ton of city to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I relate this information to the party after I pop out of the original tree.
I can't shoot you pop out.
Thank you.
I can't wait to walk around the whole city and you're just like, oh yes, this tree.
Yeah, so can I,
This one.
I call this tree Kevin.
yeah, can I make certain, like, can there be certain moments, that I'm like, hey, but, is this one of the trees that I saw that one time? Yeah, anyway. I will ask you to, for perception checks, continuing onward to the top. Thank you.
Do I
Yeah.
sense that everybody but me has dark vision now?
Well, I mean, Yanni for like the next 10 minutes.
I don't have dark vision.
You have low light.
Yeah, I just have.
We all have at least low light now.
Okay.
Bort would like to beckon the group over to the test tube of horrors that he's looking at. And gesture at it and say, well, what do you think of that?
How well can I see with low light?
Not great.
Okay, I'm going to alter self to a rat folk, so I have dark vision and scent.
Okay. I put my hand in my fuck bag and I hand you.
Is that a That's a small creature, right? Not a medium sized.
Yeah, I think it is.
You take it
So if it's small, and you also get a +2 to your dexterity.
And I am amazed by this, and I want to detect magic and look, and I'm very interested.
I gesture at Dakuda as you raise the hammer over your head, and I go, It is an abomination. Dakuda.
So you're looking at this, and you're not sensing any significant amounts of magic. But give me a knowledge arcana check.
$35.
This looks like a failed grafting experiment for a half dragon. Pretty obvious, but knowing that this is a black dragon, and looking at the test tube and catching out of the corner of your eye Mirok's near intention of smashing this thing, you're like, there's no way this is all formaldehyde. I think this vat is filled with acid.
Yeah.
If that's pretty much all I got from that, I'm going to back away in case he's still playing on that. But now I'm thinking it's really weird that this is here. We might be in a lab, and I'm interested in everything else around in this area. What else might be in here?
Do you look like a little ratty boy?
I do. I've shrunk a little bit. My nose is out, little whiskers.
I pat you. And I say, Dakuda,
Alright.
this is a very good look for you.
With my dragon mask.
Let's go find some more abominations. How's your sight?
Pretty good.
And that's, how long does that last?
It's like a minute per. A minute per. Yeah, 1 minute per level.
So as long as Yanni has
Yeah.
this thing.
Let's figure this.
Yanni looks at Dakuda's new rat face, and then he looks at Mirok, and he's just like, "What the hell did you do to my eyes?"
You want to look like a rat?
I think there's a witch that we both know that would be very interested in this. So take some detailed notes. Are these like sealed tubes? Are they open at the
Like a
top?
big aquarium, right?
Yeah, it looks like they're open at the top.
Oh dear. Full of acid.
Dangerous.
Danger acid.
Yeah, we can leave it here.
But as the group of you are kind of getting around this thing, and you're all of you with 60 foot of dark vision that have 60 foot of dark vision, there's another vat.
Let's all walk over to that other vat.
I'm gonna cast hedging weapons.
I gaze into the vat as I stroke the back of the kid's head.
He is very cute.
What do we see?
You see a maybe 6 foot so long failed crocodile.
What is like furniture and stuff like that? Is there anything? Nothing?
As you're walking around, you see, and these vats seem to be built on some of these foundations. And you see that, looks like maybe this area was built with streets, foundations, and buildings, but the buildings are gone, probably because they were made out of something that did not stand the test of time. And some of these foundations are being used as pedestals or podiums for these vats.
It's interesting that these are all in a very dark place in the town.
And the floor is a floor, or has it, like, as we move from vat to vat, does it change at all? Are we like truly outside, or is it still stone?
There are several trees in here, these swamp cypress trees, and there's areas where the ground has given way and it's like there's standing water. There's areas where the trees have risen up and like pushed aside the cobblestone. And just in general, whatever this district is not made to the same standards as the residential district you were in before, or the South Command area. This looks, just the stonework. It's cobblestone. It's not cut and polished, like 3 by 3 foot chunks of rock. It's just rock laid on.
Humans live.
So it's not like a courtyard, it is an open air district of town still.
Looks like there used to be buildings here,
Okay.
but they're gone.
Maybe wooden.
I guess we continue.
So we're just seeing rejects in the vats, right? There's nothing looks like it's currently becoming a dragon thing.
No, this all looks like you come across a couple more. There's even one that's like maybe 3 or 4 gallons, like a 5-gallon bucket, and inside is some small creature. It's even hard to tell what like the main creature might be, because it's got like a most of the body is just a dragon head.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like some weird, almost embryonic, thing hanging off the bottom.
That's adorable.
So yeah, this is like a 6-inch long dragon head on like a 4-inch long rest of the body, just kind of floating in this.
I'm very interested in detecting magic all around me also, seeing if there's anything like equipment or anything, or it's definitely my interest.
Nothing. I mean, there's that vague sense of magic that permeates the area. There's like almost a residual magic, because you're assuming that this acid was formed by the dragon's breath.
Mm-hmm.
It was like puking acid into a vat before it dropped in one of its experiments. And dragons are magic, so the acid that comes out of them is magic. So it's just like very faint residual draconic magic is present a lot in here, but nothing jumping out and saying, "Hey, I'm a magic item, look at me."
Right.
I would ask Dakota why it would leave its failed creations in the tubes.
Study, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I do know.
Well, I didn't figure out one way to make every room. Figured out 900.
One more roll on here.
Yeah.
So 38.
Yeah, probably. What went wrong with this one? You can also see that some of these have been cut open. There's been autopsies done. So you're assuming that this was all for study, all for getting the next one right.
I would think we have to be getting close to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have this shit way out on the outskirts. We can't observe it.
Shall we carry on?
Yeah, I don't see anything else to ooh and ah over. I'm like really hoping I'll find books, but I know I'm not going to. Detailed.
Jan, I think I would say, just as another thing, as Dakota just said out loud there, we have to be getting close. So let's move slowly and cautiously from here on out. North. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Didn't you fight like a whole pack of wolf people once?
Allegedly. They're not around to tell it.
That's a very good point.
So, you guys are kind of like now in the middle of this area. Largo, if this whole area is permeated with these trees, you're fairly certain you're in a circular district. Though none of you have like followed the wall and kind of figured out what the extent of this area is.
Right.
So,
Does anybody have some kind of tracking ability?
Not for sure.
Or
Daryl
we can track our own scent with the rose perfume goofer.
I mean, I can try a survival check.
I just mean we know the dragon has been here.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I'm gonna try a survival check and look for tracks, fresh tracks. Dan, you ready?
okay.
That's a wisdom, right? Does that have that +5?
Yep. So you ready? You ready?
Go on.
I got a 14.
Go on. There you
Yeah. I think we got
go. Hardcore.
Pretty fucking open and shut, boys.
You spend a lot of this time
Yeah.
as you're wandering around, you're looking at the ground, kind of following everybody as they're marveling at the grotesques in the back, make you a little queasy. And you spot a little reptilian footprint about this big.
Okay.
And you follow in the direction, and it's just no. Okay, found one.
There's been a kobold here, I say.
But like maybe 2 additional times you find like another cobalt footprint, like maybe 2 in a row,
Okay.
but
Are they fresh?
Mhm.
I have no idea.
you have no idea.
There's been kobolds here, I said. I proclaim proudly.
But again, like, you know, you guys are kind of in the middle of this area, which is bats and trees, and aside from the immediate vicinity from where you entered, you
I'd like to check out
haven't
this
really
room a little
gotten to
closer.
walls.
Yeah, I mentioned that I do think it's circular. I think we're in a circular structure, so I recommend that we walk in one direction, doesn't really matter which, and then follow the wall.
I think that we should carry on to Kuda. We can always come back for a closer look. Perhaps we'll find the documents you're looking for.
But at about this time, I am going to say that the spells have worn off. It's been about 10 minutes of you guys wandering around in this space and checking out the different
Fair
things.
enough.
Okay.
I grab Yanni's hand.
I put my arm around Godric and I say, seems pretty fucking evil in here, but how does that make you feel?
Valid. He probably doesn't want to talk to you too much, but yeah.
I mean, like, really evil. You see all those mutant dragon monstrosities? I whisper in Godric's ear. Wetly.
Wetly
I
whispering.
wetly whisper.
A wet whisper.
Yeah, and Godric doesn't have dark vision, does he?
He has low
He
light.
doesn't know
It's a
it.
little later.
Well, I will guide him. And whisper.
I don't speak for Godric, but I would assume that he doesn't want to be guided by you.
I
Hey,
don't
listen,
know
we're
though.
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
We're cool.
I think
We're
Godric
cool, man.
might be like, you're evil, but you're gonna lead me to more evil shit.
Yeah, Godric's
I
like,
know you're evil.
I appreciate it. Ravenger can stand it.
Ravenger. Saw some real gross stuff back there, huh, buddy?
You're trying to like sell them an Amway? What's going on here?
just talking to my pals, you know.
Like Godric has his hand on Ravenger's shoulder. He's pretty much had his hand on Ravenger's shoulder the whole time since he has not gotten dark vision from anyone.
Just trying to sell some Cutco knives.
Yep. Grab Jerry, hate those, mutants, huh? Really hate those evil mutants. What are you gonna do when you see that dragon?
We still got a lot to look at here, so I'm gonna re-up my alter self.
I think we gotta keep going. I think we gotta keep moving on through. I think.
But which way? You want to follow the wall?
Yeah, let's follow the wall.
I think we follow the wall. We don't necessarily move into the next chamber, but I think we follow the wall and get an idea of the board.
So
That's good.
you want to like just randomly head off in a direction
Yeah,
to
I
the
think
wall,
so.
or do you want to follow the way back you came and go
East.
from there?
I think we had exactly the opposite direction
Okay.
Wait, are we
From where
talking
we
about
came.
in the room or are we talking about out of the room?
in the room.
In the room, but
Because I've ascertained it is most likely circular. So if we just trace the wall, we'll get a better idea of what we're thinking.
So you're proposing we finish this radius, make it into a diameter, hit the other wall.
Yes,
Circumference.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay. Who wants to try to ascertain that direction?
Largo will proudly ascertain that direction with a stunning survival check.
here we go.
Do I still have the plus?
Yeah, of course. No, you do.
To know where I'm.
He still has that. It's like
It's like
One-
3 hours. It's
yeah,
220
it's
minutes.
more than 3 hours.
25.
It's almost 4 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
25.
25. Okay. So yeah, you
Crikey!
you kind of follow the trail of roses back to a central location, and then you're like, okay, we're going this way, and you cut across, and you are passing more of these foundations and some of the bats that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
And you end up hitting another wall.
I pull out my dowsing rods.
Oh, you're a dowser.
It's just like Scientology. What's going on?
Finding water lines.
Classic gnomish nosing.
So they're just like two little bent metal sticks.
Yeah, dowsing rods. And then when they cross, I'm like, right here, guys. And then I just head straight forward.
All right, so you hit a wall, and you go right or left.
I'm going to go right. And I'm going to say, come on, gang. And I am leading the party, probably to my doom.
Okay, so
Moving
you're
clockwise.
clockwise, going to the right.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow the wall to the right, and you do feel like it is curving,
Okay, still dowsing.
curving inward. And
I put my hand on Godric's shoulder and let him lead me as he's being led by Ravager. We're doing a
please don't do like interpersonal role play with characters who aren't here.
Okay, I won't. That's
I honestly don't know how Nick would want to react to that. So I don't want to
Okay.
fill it. So you follow that for a ways, and you get to a not so much a doorway as a portcullis.
Okay. Okay.
Heavy iron, rusted and decayed, and it's not very tall. It's maybe only 7 feet tall, coming down, yeah, you can kind of see into there, and it's just smells musty and dank, and it's pitch black inside.
I kind of turn to the party and I'm like, shall we continue walking until we trace the circumference of this chamber? And maybe come back?
how rusted is the portcullis?
I don't know. How rusty
Give
this
me
board
an
is.
intelligence check.
I'm okay with continuing to
About
run
7.
circumference.
12.
Doesn't look like it will be operable, but it also doesn't look exceptionally sturdy. And you're pretty sure Uhtred could make his way through it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be loud and forceful. Yeah.
I think we finished tracing out our options here. But this is tantalizing for sure.
So you continue, and you get to where you find another almost identical portcullis in the very same situation and shape. Largo, with your survival check, you'd be able to guesstimate that the first portcullis is on the east side
Okay.
of this circular area,
Okay.
and the second portcullis is on the north end, or on the south end, I mean.
Okay. Let us continue, fellows.
So
You
we
go-
came in from the north.
You came in from southwest, and going a little bit further, you find the way that you guys came in. So you crossed the district, and then you've covered half of the circle.
Okay.
Interesting.
Again, I asked that same question. Shall we continue on?
Yeah, I think so.
The other side.
Lead the way, Largo.
All right. I'm dowsing, but I don't need to.
You're dowsing as you follow the wall directly to your left.
It's very important that. Yeah.
So you follow this, and now you feel like you're pretty much heading north, and you get to what you assume is kind of like the northwest corner,
Okay.
or the northwest edge of this circular area, and you find a doorway.
Okay.
Not a portcullis, but another large bronze doorway that seems to separate the
Okay.
districts.
Every time we come to a doorway, I, as every good dowser does, kind of make the rods cross and look back and go.
That's great. That's really nice.
And then just continue. I think we should continue on and trace the entire circumference of the room, and then decide which one we want to go to.
Portcullises are identical. Rusty, smell like shit, super dark. Door, just a small wooden door, normal human size.
The door, the first door that you run into is the doorway that you came in. Large bronze. One of them's off its hinges. The other one is pulled open by Uhtred. The next thing that you get to is another one of these bronze district separating doors, and it is closed. And it's in that recess where it goes in 5 or 10 feet.
Any more grotesque, cool stuff?
I would like to check.
Yeah, you do. I mean, maybe there's another one or two in this circuit that you kind of see off to your right as you're keeping the wall to your left. But
Taking mental snapshots.
you are getting the impression that there's a lot of complete failures when trying to do a mammal. The ones that the crocodile or basilisk,
Reptilian.
you haven't seen an utter failure of the reptilian ones, but the first one, the first half work was really maybe the head, the shoulder, and one wing was fully formed, and everything else was gimpy and not non-functional. And so you're assuming that she's having an easier time trying to do reptiles than
Makes sense.
non-reptiles. Yeah, so you continue past that second door, and you circuit across the northern arc of the thing, and you get to what appears to be sort of northeast. There is another bronze, district separating door. And as you kind of take your bearings, you can kind of smell the scent of the Trail of the Rose another 40 feet ahead. So when you hit the wall, if you went the other direction, you would immediately have hit a door. Instead, you went. When you went right instead of left, you took the long way around.
Have we been through the middle of this room, or can we?
Yes.
We have seen it. Okay. So we
That was
pretty much
most
checked
of
it out.
where you were checking, seeing a lot of this.
Portcullises or bronze door?
Yeah, it's what is it?
There's two bronze doors that you have not pass through, and there's 2 portcullises.
I lean portcullis
I lean bronze.
because
I'm leaning bronze.
I'll take, that's reasonable. Have you outvoted? I lean portcullis because a portcullis is a defensive door, which tells me that the buildings beyond it are probably defensively oriented. So if we're looking for the dragon, I would assume it's in the most defensive place in the city.
And it's gone like
That is my assumption.
barracks, and like general staff exterior, and now this is like the keep, like the center of the fucking donut here.
Well, I don't think it's the center, because when I was tree striding, I realized that like we haven't come very far and the center is still to go. So I think Aaron brings up a good point. Maybe the district doors follow around the more outside areas of the city. And maybe if we do want to get to the more keep and structured areas, it might, I think I switched to portcullis. I think the portcullis will take us to the middle.
We know that the dragon has been here. Does it look like the portals have been open at all in a while?
Uh,
I mean, do they look?
not within the last century or 2. They look like.
That doesn't negate what you're saying.
Yeah,
It still
that's
could
a
be.
good point, yeah.
I mean,
I'm saying like this is her lab. You don't want to be far from your lab.
Yeah.
Kuda, give me an intelligence check.
Either way, we're gonna get it.
oh, super. So just D20 plus intelligence modifier, so it's only 13.
Okay.
Just close to 50.
Given the orientation, and you're pretty sure that the portcullises both face away from the center of the.
Oh yeah. So if they could be defensive to someone who's outside with an arm. I don't consider that.
That makes sense.
Actually, by your reckoning, they kind of face towards the promenade that you've already passed through.
Okay. So yeah, that leads me back to the rest. Yeah.
All right. Bronze door it is. Should bronze door number 1 or 2?
Which
I vote
one's
2.
more north?
I don't know.
2. Yeah, I
Are we
vote.
saying 2 is the one that's closest to us?
What's that?
Is 2 the one that's closest to us?
2 is the farthest one away in my mind. I vote that we
Two
use
is opposite
Okay.
the one you came in.
Yeah.
And 1 is almost directly north of the one you came in.
I think we use 2.
2.
I like that north one. That's me.
What do you got?
Well, I'm just thinking like we're trying to go north.
Okay.
That's been our like this
Yeah, might as well stick
denominator of all our decisions is north.
All right. We can do north.
The one you came in is on the southwest edge of the first bronze door that you found is on the northwest edge.
Okay.
Of the circle. And then the second one you found is further to the north, but it's on the northeast edge.
North.
If only you guys had started mapping this.
Yeah.
You might have a decent idea of the orientation you are in
Yeah.
this area.
Well, we're not survivally guys.
And map
Come
all
on,
day for
make a
work. I
spell
don't want
for
to
that.
map when I played. Come on.
I saw you drawing a
I
diagram.
know, and I hate it every second of it.
What I was going to do was I was going to print out a copy of the map, and I was going to cut out the rooms as you guys found them and give them to you so you could use the glue stick to stick them to another piece of paper. But I was like, that's going to end so poorly. So what I'm doing right now is every room you guys go into, I am tracing on another piece of paper. So at least I know what you guys have explored, and I have a separate version of that.
And we don't. No.
Right, but through your ability checks, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
Given the exploration you've done and whatever, this is But yeah, if you want to head north and you want to head towards the center of going to the first door directly north of the one you came in is going to facilitate that better. Going to the one opposite the one you came in is probably doing more of a circuit.
Yeah.
Well, let's go north. Yeah,
To
let's
the
keep
door.
going one.
Because if you go to the other one, you're probably going into a district of the city that's directly next to the pond that you came in at.
Okay.
If you go through the other one, it seems like you're maybe going a little further towards the center.
All right, let's do it. Let's go north.
The donut hole.
The inner circle.
Due north.
Maybe I do it.
Okay.
The whole plan.
Okay, from here.
You can get rid of like a whole like, short story, fanfic, like the main character's just a donut hole. And it's just telling the story as a donut hole. Or you always do that with the whole clan. After feel of a gaping hole in their family.
Hit me into the liquid.
Margo, give me a straight charisma check.
Ew.
I hope there's a drop.
38.
Here.
You rolled a natural 20?
I did.
I saw it happen.
Okay.
Tower.
As you are dowsing your way around this room, you hear
It's just so transparent.
you hear a voice in your head,
A voice, huh?
a familiar voice.
Uh-oh.
Okay. How familiar? Like friendly?
Like the one talking behind you at the battle.
Like a recently met gnome.
Okay, cool. That's what I was kind of hoping for. Emerald monkey.
Yeah. A familiar gnome voice you recognize as Inawani.
Okay.
And it's a sending message. She's going to have 25 words, and then you're going to have 25 words.
Yeah.
And she says, another assassin will be arriving shortly. We know it as it's funny because I did a Japanese translation of a term.
Yeah.
And it ended up with Oshitsubusu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oshitsubusu Chinmoku.
Okay.
Shih Tzu.
Which she says Oshitsubusu Chinmoku, which means the crushing silence.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's all the information I have. Be prepared.
I think we should stop right where we are. Like as characters, stop and prepare for this. Because we want this to happen as far away from the dragon as possible, right?
Yeah, that's fair. My response.
Well, I mean, on its way doesn't mean immediately about to drop out of the sky.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I mean, but you don't know what it means. And you know that, her information, she's a spy. She's not getting detailed, clear, specific information.
Thank you, Inawani. I hope that the coming battle will not be too intense because I am in a very, very dangerous place. And then I say,
That's it. No, you're done.
sign Margaret. 25 words?
Yeah.
Just signed Largo.
Okay, I think you might have fit that in. I'm trying to count through it, but I lost it a second there.
No, yeah, you're good. You're like 17.
Okay. I think
Then I try to continue. Signed Largo, Dilgo, Yer, Triolata.
Well, that's all one word though, right?
No, many different.
But yeah, so you get that, and yeah, and then the rest of you, I guess, hear Largo speak to himself.
Yeah. And then I say, you're probably wondering what that was. And then I explain what just happened in my brain. And I describe her as Inawani Davida, baby.
Oh, you can tell us about her.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You've done that. Okay.
No. I tell you that my friend Inawani just said,
Which-
that's it.
As a gnome, you have, like, you've met gnomes before, you've conversed with gnomes before. You find it easy to remember gnomish names.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would know it's Inawani Kanachi, Mitsuro Shimakatoshi.
Yeah, I say that. And say that yeah, there might be another assassin coming for me.
Thanks, Scott.
Supposedly soon. And we, gosh, it would suck if we were fighting the dragon at that time.
I say your contact's name is Ian.
I say, correct enough, Mirak.
Sure, assassin or no. Let's go find this dragon.
Yeah, I say, well, maybe there's some way in which to use this kind of, for us, if it should happen in the middle of the dragon fight. And typically they're not really all that, I don't want to jinx myself here, but they're not really all that difficult to handle. It's just more inconvenient.
I think you handle them well because you've been able to cast. And based on the name of this one, I'm going to assume they have some permanent silence aura around them.
I meta magic my shit.
Yeah.
I can cast silently. I can cast one of my spells silently if I have meta magic.
Still, that's a mirror thing. But mirror detect like it's an assassin with some silencing ability to shut down casters.
I do say that, I can't do it. I can't do my abilities as many times, but I'm still very capable when I'm not able to speak.
Proven.
No.
Let's go find a dark district.
Okay. So let's go through that
I'm an assassin.
northernmost
Margo.
door.
Could you milk me?
Okay. So if you
Okay, Bork.
That is what we're with.
if you go back to that door that's directly north of the door you came in, it is locked. Well, I mean, it's locked, yeah. And you can feel free to, check for whatever else you want to check for.
I would like to see if it has any traps on it. The door. Natural.
You're not seeing any traps,
Excellent.
but there are 3 locks on this door, and 2 of them do not look original to the construction.
That is good information. I
Hold that thought, or talk to your friends about it. But I'm gonna take a lead.
Gee whiz gang. There's 3 locks on this door, and 2 of them do not appear to be original to the construction. Haven't seen that before here.
Could be quite intense.
Seems like somebody doesn't want somebody else coming in here. Seems like it's where we should go.
Super sure there's no traps.
Are there traps?
Listen, I looked for traps. And
Did you look really good?
I looked so good, dude.
Okay.
I looked
Okay, yeah.
so fucking
He's really good.
good.
Thanks.
Sorry for doubting you.
That's my whole deal.
If there's no traps, I can just take it off the hinges.
Well, let's just take it off. Yeah, let's do that. Fuck these locks. Close up.
I take my velvet healer's gloves. And I go up. And I start stone shaping.
Put your stone dwarf fucking gloves on.
Dwarf, dude.
And I'm just like, this is a bad cock job. You can see right here, water will come right in. They didn't know what they're doing. I'm just going through. I'm just taking all the stone off.
You seen Saturday Night Live? Is like home repair the caulking.
And
The caulk.
Just the
Dan, we decided we deeply trust Bort's ability to trap finding, and since there are no traps, America's walking up and stone shaping the door off the hinges, as he did earlier.
Okay.
Me rock.
Well, it's not chant. Are we preparing any actions?
doing like a slow chant, like a slow clap.
I'm sure we're just like, seriously, terrible job. Door jam doesn't even line up. It's hanging. Like, you see it's like a 2-degree tilt. This wood is swollen.
I ready an
These
action
extra
too.
rocks.
If we see the dragon,
There you go.
I am reducing.
Okay. All right, so you approach this door and you can see that there's the lock that you've seen on previous doors that, is fairly large, sort of iron key kind of situation. And then on the opposite side, directly next to that, is another similar sort of key lock situation, but it is, as opposed to the bronze of the door and the old and the verdigris that's kind of accumulated on it, this is new and steel.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is a bar that goes across the middle of the door with a locking mechanism on it that appears to be something that, you'd have to, almost like a bank vault where you turn it and it, the two bars that go to either side pull in. So looking at that and figuring your stone shape, you think you could get one side with a stone shape and you'd have to get the other side with a separate stone shape, because you know that these doors are thick and just the amount of stone that you'd have to move out of the way would be significant.
Okay. Let me take a quick look here. Yeah, okay. I'm okay doing that. I'm going to start on the right-hand side because America's right-handed.
Okay.
The right hand path.
What made a chant for you?
Oh, man, Chad.
Middle.
Don't do that shit. Don't like it.
I lift myself
Not
up.
into that phantom limb life.
How do you lift it?
So is it just you in there doing this, or is there anybody with you?
That's up to other people. Bort was like, hey, no traps. And
Hey,
like,
no
cool.
traps,
And I just
yeah.
walked up and just started fucking cranking on it.
I'll
Can
stand
I
right
do
behind you.
maybe like a knowledge engineering to see if there's like, hey, do it this way, or maybe.
That would honestly make sense because I don't have that. In past door maneuverings, I think you have helped me. So that makes sense.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll do that. You want me to roll that, Dan, or just?
Yeah, go ahead.
One second, I forgot what that was. 7. Okay, is that +5 still going?
Yeah.
Yep.
32.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he gives you a significantly better sort of idea of as far as like trying to avoid wasting any effort.
Sure.
And while that does cut down how much, the fact that you then have to go across the top of the door to get to the hinges on the other side is still a situation where you're only going to be able to do one side at a time.
Yeah.
But you feel a lot more confident in, okay, I'm definitely going to get that hinge. I'm definitely going to get the bar section. I'm definitely going to get the bottom hinge. And, it clarified. You feel like it's not such a shot in the dark, that you know exactly what you're doing and trying to accomplish.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to assume that Bort is right there because he's also confident in not finding any traps.
Yeah, he's like, fuck yeah, it's safe, right?
Yeah, get that stone out of there, dude.
Yeah, so the whole time I'm talking like this. So this is where this is wrong here, and then Yanni knows way more about me, is saying more intelligent things, and then me with the dad trying to start a lawnmower is like, yep, I know, I was about to say that. Yep.
Well, I mean, you know the stone. He knows the door.
Right. I'm
It's
also
collaborative. Yeah, it's collaborative. You're not completely useless in this.
Ooh, correct. Almost.
You like that? Not a single trap in sight.
Yeah.
I love it. It's easy.
So you reach out, touch the door jamb, and Bort and Yanni being right there, you see the stone begin to flow like water as the magic takes hold and starts moving things around. And then Bort, you hear a ka-chink, and you're like, oh shit, there was a trap. And all three of you need to make reflex saves.
I say, oh shit, there was a trap.
I have to turn back and go, huh? Oh. It's like that slow motion. I'm going to use an action die at the 8 time.
Oh, how do you like that? Just
That.
why wouldn't you?
7.
Yeah, like that.
29.
29.
Could I use an action die on mine as well? It was subpar.
Go for it. Sound like the president.
Okay, that's 22.
26 for board.
26. Okay. All right.
They just dodge out of the way.
So yeah, you hear this noise, and then several spouts pull out of holes in the above you, and just jets of acid shoot into this vestibule area. And that is 10, 20, 30. This isn't good.
No, I'm in the other room asleep. I'm rolling a stealth check.
All right.
I'm trying to do an errand.
Oh,
Yeah, bring back that
I was
pie.
gonna, I mean, it works. I was like, what?
So, Mirok, you got a
I got a 29 total.
29 total?
Yep.
Okay. So you take 19 points of acid damage. Yanni, do you have evasion or improved evasion?
Let me check. I want to say it's improved, but let me look.
We all want to say it.
Heyo.
Got it.
You good?
There it is.
Spellcaster.
It is improved evasion.
Okay. So you also failed and take 19 points of acid damage, and Bort, you succeeded, but you don't have.
Okay. I was gonna
He
say.
has improved evasion, so he still takes half even when he fails.
Got it.
And Bort succeeded as well, and he has improved evasion, so Bort takes nothing.
Okay, cool.
How do you like that?
I was gonna say, did I miss like the cutoff at like 1? Okay, cool. I eat my damage, and over the next 18 seconds, eat 19 more points of damage.
I tap out a brisk shaving haircut on Mirok's.
But that ka-chunk was the first noise. And then there's a noise that's more of a then 4 metal spears shoot from the wall.
It's like, oh, that was so
You're having to
bad.
go tap, tap.
It's trapped.
I think it's trapped.
I think it's actually trapped.
Man, I just thought I was Macaulay Culkin over here putting the wrong aftershave on.
Okay. So, Mirok and Yanni. The 2 that come out at you from one side hit a 32 armor class and a 24 armor class. So I know one misses Yanni.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm at 32, so the other one.
Both would hit me.
Both hit you.
Yeah.
And then Bort, one hits a 28 and one hits a 22.
One hits me.
I still have hedging weapons on, by the way.
Okay.
And then there's a third click.
It's trapped. 7 for Bort.
7 damage report.
And then the first, the one that hits Yanni and Mirok is 14. And then the one that hits
Look.
Mirok only, jeez, it's 15. Like, I rolled a 5 and 2 1s for Bort. And then it's like a 6, a 4, and a 5, and a 6, a 3, and a 5. And then there's one more final kunk, but that's just the door coming off of the hinges and resting on the ground.
Excellent work.
Easy peasy, boys. Easy peasy.
I look back at Bort and I go, the door's open. And then I like walk back and just start casting helix.
Well, one of the doors is off its hinges, and it's still attached to the other door with that bar.
Hell.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, because you
Could
only
we
got
just
zone share.
Yeah.
okay, since that door's off the hinges, could we just disable the bar? That way we're not messing with the other door.
I mean, they're locked. The bar is like locked across the door.
I wave Yanni over and go like this and touch Yanni and I heal for 55.
Okay.
So Yanni's good. I'm good.
First track was
And you took the 7 from
took
Bort,
a
too.
7 from Bort.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat this out right now.
Thanks, pal.
You thought I said no traps? It's like those traps. You said no those traps. Those traps. Those traps. Dope.
Dose trap.
Um,
2 traps.
I look at Bort and I go, do you want to try again?
Yeah. I mean, can I trap spot the other side?
Hey, can I say to you guys, good job on not metagaming natural 1.
Oh yeah,
That's good.
let's just eat it.
Hey, there's plenty of players out there who'd be like, can I check the door for traps? Can I? No. So I appreciate you guys not making it difficult.
We're murder hobos, but we appreciate the nuances of the role
Bort's found every trap. So like if he doesn't find a trap, we're gonna be like, fuck yeah, let's go. God's easy.
Now from here on out, we might be a little more.
No. Hey, listen. I guess there's traps. Shall I?
I think you should check again.
The bar's on the far side, I take it.
The bar is across both doors in the front. So
Oh,
one of the
on our
doors
side.
has been removed from the hinges. But yeah, the bar is on your side and it's connected to both doors. And now it's not connected to the wall on one side, but it is connected to the wall on the other side.
Is it the lift out kind?
No, it's like
Okay,
it's,
gotcha.
you turn it and the 2 things come in.
Okay.
gee whiz, fellas, I'm just red-faced about this whole trap situation. Allow me to look at the other side of the door for traps.
Okay.
Not a 1. That's
Yay!
good. 28.
You can tell that there are some mechanisms here to activate a trap. You're not sure if it's different traps than the ones that have already gone off. And you're not sure if the spikes might reset on their own. You assume that the acid, you got what acid was there, but there's not like another acid. But basically, yes, this door is trapped. What it's going to activate might have already been activated, or it might be something new. You're given the type of trap, you're pretty sure there's not going to be more acid from the same acid trap, but the spikes might reset automatically.
Mira, the door strap. I think you got a really good thing going with this stone shape here. And these traps, I don't know what they're gonna do.
I cut you off and just say, fuck off, just move.
I say move back.
I look behind and just go. You get hurt, I get hurt. Then I'm gonna stone shape the exact same way I do again.
Okay. All right.
Can I just say a word of caution, Murloc? The doors might fall on you when it comes off the hinges. I guess be ready to move.
Fuck off.
Just stone shape. At this point, I'm I took some damage, sure, but I'm if you take damage and he takes damage,
All right. So you stone shape.
God.
Stone shape the door off this door off the hinges, and it does reactivate the spike trap.
Yeah.
What is your armor class?
My armor class right now is a 23.
23. Okay. So 3 of them hit you.
Damn it! Should have cast hedging weapons.
He doesn't even move, he just takes it.
Fuck!
Guts 3 spears. Nerds.
It's at -7 right now.
What?
Rolled a whole bunch of.
I have lost 7.
Oh.
Yes, I'm not -7. I wouldn't be doing this.
Hey, this was a good roll for you.
Tight.
I rolled 3 1s,
Ooh.
2 2s,
Ooh.
3 3s, and 1 5.
Wow.
So it's 9, 10, and 21. 21 points of damage.
Okay, cool.
And those are 3 separate attacks, so your damage reduction counts against all of them.
Ooh, I didn't get that. Okay, thank you.
And they are physical attacks. So that would be 9 less damage, right? Your DR for adamantine full plate is 3.
I'm not seeing it.
So that would be 12 points of damage.
Where would it be on the?
Isn't it on the front of your
Is it on the
character sheet?
Oh yeah, 3. Yeah, 3. So it's 3 per or just 3 for the one?
3 per attack,
So
and it's
9
3
total,
separate
I see.
spears.
Gotcha. Cool. Another 9, so 3, 12. Cool. Okay, so I'm down 19 total. Okay, I turn around with little stout middle fingers up at board and I say the way is clear.
And I know this isn't going to help, but I'm like, we found another wand of cure light.
Do it!
I reach out and touch one of your spear wounds, and I touch where my spear wound had healed.
Thinking that's how it works.
It's gonna be okay. They just heal right up.
Some debate.
Uh-huh.
He's like, if you're only healed as well as I do, I mean, look at these, they're already healed.
Bort's like, yeah, I was just like, you're a great personality. Not really sure what you do for the party because we just kind of heal ourselves, but we're glad to have you around.
Everything just works out.
Kids finding their clothes magically cleaned and folded on their bed.
That's what happened when I got in the armoire.
Yeah, there's me for 8 points.
And I give it to you.
I don't want it.
Oh.
Yeah, I would rather people who can't.
I've got one. Actually,
I've got one too.
Okay.
It's for training my
So that's 27.
subordinates.
I have a one listed in my inventory called Dakuda's Dragon Dick. What is that? That's what I wrote.
I have no idea.
30
It was a good idea.
foot radius.
Oh, I support all of Marcus.
Oh, it's the
DC.
thing that spouted out like light. The things that you made for the
Oh.
war.
Oh, gotcha.
Fire.
That's
We've
right.
used this. That's no longer.
No, I think there were some left over.
Oh, I've got
And you guys
Dragon Dick. Fuck yeah.
It's like a flashbang.
Cool.
You thought it would be effective against light sensitive orcs, and it was.
It was. Got one in the chamber.
So Uhtred comes over and helps heft the now, just slab of bronze out of the way, opening up enough space for you guys to pass by. And going in here,
It's even darker.
oh, it's lighter.
Oh.
There's apparently no trees in this area. You still have a decent, that hanging fog that makes things difficult. But also in here you can smell, and this is probably readily noticeable to Dakuda, the smells of different components, the smell of acids being distilled and different materials. You immediately get a sense that there is an alchemy lab somewhere nearby.
Very close.
But before we get crazy, it is 20 after 10. So I think if we do too much more exploration, there's a good chance that a combat's going to happen.
Dargon.
Ah, man, we got it. So, is Nick coming next week?
Supposedly.
What's up with blood?
I mean, he's got a fucking crazy job, dude. People are quitting. Complaining all the time.
But like, phone DLC for $20 an hour. Over and back. Nick said something about wanting to change the session to Tuesdays, and I'm not trying to jump on that, but I figure it's at least worth. Before we start shit talking Nick, let me end the recording.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Hi.
I know you're not gonna watch this.
Bye, Nick.
Bye.
Bye.